And we are back. Thank you guys for tuning in to Dark Side of the Kingdom. It's a video game podcast about video game culture. People play video games. This is Dean.
This is Percy. And we have a special guest today. We have...
Mike Steele.
And we also have a prick over here. What's your name?
By special request, he said somebody... Ian, Mr. Ian Morris. I got you, brother.
Thanks, guys.
We are back. Exciting week. Fucking probably the most exciting week in video games, potentially. E3.
Oh, yeah.
2013.
Big deal.
Huge.
Big deal. So many games. One might say too many games. We got new systems. We got console wars, full effect. Format of the show, we're going to start off, kind of go in order of the conferences. Start off with Microsoft. Go into third party, Ubisoft, EA. Go into PS4 and end on Nintendo. So...
Ooh.
Exciting. Very predictable.
We'll go in order.
I was thinking, maybe we save the best for last, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I think we are.
The future.
I think we are.
Oh,
Are we?
interesting.
I don't know. All right, guys, just to let you guys know, we are playing games. We're just going to skip the segment, so...
Yeah.
Yes.
E3 happened. I mean, we play games every week. You want to hear some new shit. New news. Microsoft press conference. Gentlemen, we'll just start off the top. Microsoft... kind of their E3 to lose, it seemed like. They kind of came out first, maybe?
Yeah, it was pretty important for them. To be fair, any other year, I think this would have been great, but this is kind of a make-or-break year, and
yeah,
the game... It's weird, because they didn't talk about their system at all, but that's where all their problems are. So the software lineup looked great.
They brought the games. A lot of the comments where they kind of had that the early drip a couple weeks ago. Brock came hard with the games. Kind of delivered. I mean, we'll start there. Games, right off the top of your head.
I liked a lot of what... I thought Dead Rising 3 looked great. I think the new, in quotes, Panzer Dragoon game.
Yeah.
That looked fucking awesome.
Yeah, it sucked that they didn't have any sound when they were showing it off.
And it almost made it better because you were just you could hear how into it the crowd was.
Well, I just loved hearing the crowd going, pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, this is awesome. But yeah, with the Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 5,
Dead Rising
3, huh? It looked like a certain game to me. Dead Rising 3, I don't know, it didn't look next gen to me really.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What game were you watching?
Did you have the HD stream
Well, this
going?
is what it looked like.
Did you not see the 13,000 zombies?
No, it seemed like there was a game. I mean, compared to like Rise or something, like graphically.
I thought Rise looked like shit.
I know they're totally different games, whatever. But I mean, it just looked like it was a game that was in development already for the current gen, and then they're like, fuck it, let's just toss it on.
Yeah, I agree. It didn't look...
I
mean, the amount of people on screen was
that
amazing.
was cool.
That was really cool.
I liked the amount of
But when I looked at it, I'm
zombies,
like,
it wasn't wild.
yeah.
It looked cool. I mean,
It looked kind of cool. Like once he climbed on the roof. I mean, just from going in some backyard to backyard, jumping on a roof, breaking into a house. Seemed kind of cool. Seemed a lot of things going on there. What kind of took me for a surprise is just kind of how gritty it was. Like,
it lost its goofy tone.
I don't know.
Until you start making weapons, and then it gets goofy.
Yeah. I hope so, because I mean that was one of my favorite things. I mean, there's a lot of serious grit. There's a lot of very heavy tone games. I kind of like the light brush of Dead Rising games.
Yeah, but sometimes they're almost too silly.
Yeah, second one specifically.
I have a feeling what they'll do is they're rather than all silly with a little serious, they're gonna flip flop it and they'll do serious, but let the goofy side missions pop up here and there, the goofy asshole characters and stuff.
Well, I think so. I mean, Capcom did say it looks a little grittier and darker, but I mean, they're still gonna you're still gonna have your little funny moments here and there. So, I mean,
plus it's just them showing it off. I'm sure that was they want to set a tone or something. The gritty zombie is the tone right now.
Also, I think they want to be distinctive compared to Resident Evil. They don't want to be like...
Yeah.
Besides, they're the one company that makes two separate zombie properties, you know what I mean? And they want to make sure they're distinct. So I think that's the big thing they want to do. I thought it was a nice touch that you can make these custom weapons wherever you are.
Dude,
just take a knee and just make it, and you hear
yeah.
the duct tape sound. I'm like, that's
I was going to
really
say the
clever.
same thing. I really like the idea
Because
of
in the
that.
other games where you have to go to a bench or something, you're like, I just got something really cool, and I have to wait 20 minutes to find a stupid bench.
Well, and hopefully it's their development philosophy in general, because that whole game is all about God, why do I have to go all the way over here for this? Why do I have to do this? All these things for that. The whole game was just kind of getting it in the way of itself. So if they do that, imagine all the other streamlining they're going to do.
Do you think this one's going to be time limited like the first one? Because it mentioned something about time in the...
Because the first one, the archaic artificial time things...
3 days or whatever.
Kind of bugged me. Did the second one do that too, or is that...
It had elements of it, but I felt like it was done a lot better. If they did it the same way as the second one, I'd be fine. To be fair, though, that does seem like one of those weird mechanics that just like it's not really
It's a very
needed.
Japanese mechanic, kind of
Yeah.
like old trope of gaming.
Yeah, we don't really need that, I don't think. But I thought that game looked good. It's a good example that the first Dead Rising was one of those games where for the next generation, I was like, oh my god, you can see this many guys on screen. You're watching.
I do remember that.
It was the first game I saw that felt next gen to me. And so I didn't get that same feeling, but it's nice seeing them do the same thing on another next gen going like, I mean, you saw fat ass crowds of dudes.
Thick,
they weren't the
dense.
exact same dude, and the frame rate didn't even hiccup at all. Like that, like that's the type of stuff where just even think of it as a tech demo is pretty impressive to me.
It looks pretty badass. They said it's gonna be like pretty seamless too, loading, and it's just gonna be constant. Like I ain't seen hiccups either. I mean, this looks really fucking cool. How like at one point he knocks down a fence and even more come out chasing him. Like holy shit.
The shooting looked definitely improved. I like when he chucked that weapon, and just cut the guy in half.
That was really cool.
I think that was showing off a little bit of the goofiness.
I'm always apprehensive at E3 with videos and quote tech demos because you never really know. You know what I mean? Because hypothetically, you could BS that entire thing, and if you do it good, no one would know that you BS the whole thing.
Exactly.
It could be running on a PC in the background somewhere.
You could totally be doing that. That's what
which has happened.
They've done that more than once. Like every time they show Battlefield, it was always on the computer version because that version is stunning.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought that looked good. I thought that and the Panzer Dragoon spiritual successor were the ones that stood out the most to me right off the bat.
Same creator. It seemed like it was off rails, which seemed good.
Yeah.
Okay, because the first, I love Panzer Dragoon Orta, but on rails shooter, it seemed like there's just more action adventure in this.
A little more open, like I guess it kind of in a Star Fox 64 sort of way, where it's like it still seemed like it was in a bit of a box, but it wasn't straight up on rails.
Okay. I mean, looks great. You hit on it really quick. I mean, we should touch on it. Kind of Rise. You said shit. You didn't like it.
I thought it looked like the most
That was
boring bullshit.
Oh god,
yeah.
You know what? It started off really cool, and then the more the trailer went on, the more QuickTime events, the less engaged I got. It got really
the more and more
QuickTime
events.
I was thinking God of War right away.
Yeah, it looked like pretty, but the gameplay, I was like, oh my god, I have 0 inch. Like that looks stale by this generation standards. That looks stale by PS2 standards.
Seems very launch game. Has like that, very launch game, very like pre-rendered and sequences kind of thing going on.
At least it's not a Kinect game.
Scripted.
At least it's not a Kinect game
It
anymore,
did look
though.
sexy
Well,
though.
It was a Kinect game?
It was
that's what it was
when
originally
they announced it was going to be a full Kinect game.
Yeah, and
So I guess I'll take this
There you go.
drab bullshit over a full Kinect game, but it's still, I don't know. Like I think they spent way too much fucking time on that demo too. I was like, God,
I think so too.
10 minutes it felt like just showing that whole goddamn thing.
Yeah,
So
they were hitting it
boring.
hard. I mean, like I said, it looked kind of cool like once you got into it, but the mechanics, the gameplay itself is just lacking.
I was reading up on people who were trying the game out and whatever, and they said it was boring and blah. Like, and like they said, every person that you went to kill was a QuickTime event. Like every person.
Really?
Yeah, and they're like,
well, that's what it looked like. It looked like you hit a guy and then they put the button over their head, and then that's kind of how they do the Batman style multiple guys. It's like every guy you hit turns into a new button, and that's how you switch between them. But in a QuickTime event, which in a way is cool because it's nice to see someone trying to address crowd combat without just doing Batman. But at the same time, like fucking so like I could have like nothing about this other than how it looks could not be done right. Like I could play this game tomorrow.
Yeah,
True.
I think they were all saying it still felt like it was like a Kinect game, and they just threw
Buttons
control
in there.
on it on top and said,
It even looked like when they were doing the shields. And
the shield
throwing,
and
that looked like it was supposed to be a Kinect game thing where you were like actively go like you holding a shield and throwing a spear, but they're like button presses.
Or even like when he would like point at a certain angle, attack or whatever, and a big old boulder come flying through the air and smash the shit, So I think there was a lot. I think there might still be stuff with Kinect going on with like the voice commanding and stuff.
Is that
like
a launch
too.
title that we know of, or we don't know if it's going to be out?
They said that was a launch title.
Okay.
Because I didn't see many dates at all.
No, they didn't.
A lot of people said they were launching, but considering all we know is November, I think that's the closest we're gonna get.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing specific.
At least it wasn't a faceless space marine.
That's
right.
Yeah.
We got a lot of those coming out.
Yeah.
Speaking of
the big reveal for the new Halo game, like you didn't know there was a Halo game coming.
Oh, you mean the gritty new Journey?
I was like,
I know.
it totally looks like a Journey. You're like, this is pretty cool, and then you're like, oh wait, no, I'm not interested in it.
And it took me completely by surprise. I'll give it props for that. I was like, what is this game? And then it was Master Chief, and I'm like, isn't your suit like
Yeah.
like the ultimate
like,
suit?
yeah,
Why do
why-
you have this weird thing on?
It protects him from the wind because the suit doesn't work
I
against
was,
wind.
Well, I don't know about you guys in electronics, but I mean, dust gets into shit pretty good. I mean, there's a lot
That's
of
true.
creases in that, in the suit and shit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know. I was
dust
actually
out.
arguing with someone on Twitter about that. I was like, why the fuck is he wearing a cloak? He has goddamn armor on. And he was like, well, he said the same thing you did. Sam's ready to get out. I'm like,
I was trying to be-
I was like, get the fuck out of
I mean,
here.
clearly
Well, I
it's-
told him, like, McFly had a jacket that could dry himself. But that was in 2015. I mean,
Yeah.
fucking Halo. Come on now.
Dude, we're mid-war. We're talking mid-war. He has to
Fuck off.
improvise.
Okay,
He's got to
here's the
improvise, man. It's
question.
Master Chief.
In the game, do you think at any point you get to wear the cloak?
I fucking hope so.
Or
now.
is it a
Now that I
pre-order
think
bonus?
about
Maybe.
it.
Well,
I bet it's a pre-order bonus.
Pre-order
Pre-order
bonus,
bonus. You can get certain fabrics. Maybe it's like an Assassin's Creed element too. We have to like mix into the crowds.
That would be nice.
Stealth.
Like
Stealth Chief.
Metal Gear Solid 4, you lay on the ground and it changes.
I don't think there's
Possible
like,
DLC
I
I don't, think
expansion.
there's, I don't know. Halo just.
Well, what do
I
you
mean-
What number is this going to be?
Officially, I think it's like 5, but there's
Well, I don't think they-
ODST.
Yeah, they didn't give it a name,
No.
which I was surprised. Like, why
Oh,
not just
okay.
put 5 on there?
They didn't
like,
put a number or anything.
It
Because-
just seemed like a strange
Because
thing to not
Xbox
do.
One is a proper, great time for everyone to reboot their numbering.
That's a good.
You got to.
Did you, well,
Halo 1.
Yeah, did you guys see? Did you
That
guys
joke
like
was
the?
definitely not made at all.
Whoa.
Did you guys like the? Did you guys see like the signs and stuff like Xbox One Input One?
What?
No.
That was like their slogan.
That's
That sounds
seriously?
awful.
That sounds like fucking
Yeah,
shit.
it says Xbox One period Input One.
I
period.
saw. I saw.
That's not really going to be the tagline.
I don't even know what
right?
it
Well,
means.
that's what.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
don't get
know.
it.
So it's.
What is it even in reference to?
I don't know, but
What
that,
are we inputting?
Insert.
whatever.
They
I
both have the number 1 in them. The marketing team fucking high fives.
I
each
know,
other.
but those were like the signage all over.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I will say.
Like Johnny 5. Need input.
Yeah. Keeping going along with the surprises. I was kind of surprised they opened up with Metal Gear, right?
It was.
That
that
did look
was-
pretty fucking.
Well,
cool, I
they
must say.
showed Metal Gear and they showed Insomniac's new game, and that was clearly them
1, 2,
being
trying to-
like, "Hey, remember when these guys were only on the PlayStation?" Like, clearly they're not exclusives, but it's
pretty
a little
cool.
jab at going
Pretty
like,
cool.
"Hey, we've got guys that used to be exclusive." But at the same time, Sony did the same thing, so it was a trading blows back and forth. But it makes sense.
The game itself, I thought it looked fucking beautiful.
I thought it
Metal
looked
Gear?
really
Yeah,
good.
really smooth.
looked-
I'm still kind of disappointed David Hayter's not involved.
I'll get it.
I-
He sounded fine.
I don't mind, and especially after the trailer, how quickly the people that were like crucifying Konami over No More Hater, like they forgot, like Kiefer Sutherland sounds fine.
He's
he's
beloved.
I just think two people play Snake. Russell, Kurt Russell,
There you go.
and David Hayter, and that is it.
What about Snake and Metal Gear Solid 4 at the end when there's the graveyard?
It's still David.
No,
Who is it in that?
it's just some dude.
Mind,
Sure, it's not Dave.
mind
I'm
blown.
100% because I was arguing with a lot of people, and so I wanted to make sure. It's just
No.
some guy.
I think it looks really good, but I didn't like
That's
how
his name in the credits
Yeah.
too, by the way.
I had one problem with the trailers when he rolls in his horse and then hides to the side of
That's
it,
right,
and
the side.
no one's going to look at a horse with nobody on it, but there's clearly a saddle and be like, I wonder what happened to
in
this.
a guy's leg.
Yeah, it's just so. But it's nice that you can use vehicles because that's all I knew. And the concept of
And
an
it-
open world
Yeah, and it looked cool
would make
too.
stealth a lot more. Because when it comes to Metal Gear, you have to play certain ways. It's how the levels are designed. Like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna get from here to here, it's meant for you to crawl over here and then go under here, then this. But now you have all these other options, which is really interesting.
Yeah, it looks like there's like shitloads of options
Yeah.
to go.
No.
So
Didn't the
that would be
storyline
neat.
like end with 4? Like you kind of hear
This
it
is
at
a
the
prequel.
end?
This is
Okay,
a
there
Yeah.
you go.
This is Big
There's
Boss
the-
before he becomes evil.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
wow.
the big boss ones, and then there's the snake ones, and this is
Well, he's a
I guess this
punish
is
snake.
the first since Metal Gear Solid 3. This is the first console version of Big Boss, right?
Well, apparently this
No,
takes place
Because
after.
they've mostly been PSP games, and then
Yeah,
Metal
yeah,
Gear
yeah,
Solid
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
This one takes place in Zanzibar.
Yeah. And you're getting it's getting closer to the original Metal Gear's timeline because you're seeing
Yeah.
Master Miller.
Yeah.
A lot of people are remembering that in the first Metal Gear, Big Boss. Someone mentions that I think it's Sniper Wolf mentions that she met Big Boss in Afghanistan when he was younger. So a lot of people are wondering if Sniper Wolf's going to be in the game because it would make sense.
Well, they have Big Titty McSniper in the game. with the
oh,
bikini
just
on
a
for no
disappearing
reason. Like,
eyeshadow.
yeah, it's so ridiculous. Why she's in a
I'm
bikini?
game.
You're
I
like,
like it.
holy Japanese game is this? It's ridiculous.
Very
Dude.
subtle. They're very subtle with their.
Yeah, very subtle.
Can we all agree that Skullface is the best dude
Oh
of
my
all
God,
time?
yes.
I saw that and I was like, skull face, and it just goes, a man with a skull for a face.
Was he a character from before? Or is this
no, I've never.
Yeah,
these are all.
I just love. It's just some fucking dude with it.
I like it.
Because you see his face, and it's a skull, and then it goes skull face. I'm like, a man with no past. And I was just like, all right, well, you win, guys. This is the best character you've ever made. Skull
And the
face.
greatest description ever. So.
They do put together a nice trailer. The music accompanying.
Oh, wow.
I was like, you know
so
what?
Gorgeous, and your movement looks so much better now. Because before,
well, it's not stiff or anything. Like
you
when
were
the
really
light's
restricted.
coming and he dives to the
Yo,
side.
that was great. That was
or
my
when he
favorite part.
Jumps from rooftop to rooftop, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna actually be
It's
able
like
to do
Nathan
things.
Drake meets Snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be fucking awesome. When he was riding around in the desert, kind of reminded me of like Red Dead when you were riding around the desert on a horse.
Yeah.
Like,
And then he just leaves his horse like he doesn't care.
Nice, very Ian. Did he shoot him in the head? Did he shoot
I
him in
would
the head
shot
first?
him in the head. Nobody takes my horse.
There you go.
Only the
That's your
Lord.
horse. You don't want anybody fucking your horse, man.
Don't worry, knowing Ian, he'll hop off the horse, be in the sandstorm, be like, I'm never fucking playing this game again.
Yeah.
Metal Gear, I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
So I
Did-
will be.
I'm excited
I've
to give
played
this one a
every
go.
Metal Gear
Excited.
and beat most of them.
Did you guys see the fucked up Red Band version of the trailer they showed
No.
during
oh, I
Microsoft?
didn't get a chance to.
Jesus, it is fucking grim.
I've heard a lot of
Grim. Like when they say
Torches
Red
in?
Band, they're not
Or pushing-
fucking playing around.
I'm
Pushing
gonna have
that
to check
Red
this
Band.
out.
It's like 3.5 extra minutes beforehand and a little bit afterwards. The first like 3 minutes of the trailer is just people being tortured, and you see a chick with a bomb in her stomach, and they're like 3 dudes like wrist deep digging through her guts trying to get the bomb out. It is and like, people
her locker
getting
room's going-
messed up tortured.
Kojima.
Wow.
It was dark. I was really
Kojima.
surprised at how fucking
Bringing the
dark it
American
was.
Guild pack.
Yeah.
We gotta.
Not fucking around.
extremes.
Yeah.
With the new system, though, do you guys think it's going to have loads at all, or think it's going to be like a seamless open world type?
I-
That
I-
seems like the
Stream
mantra
that
of
shit.
It
this
seems like
generation.
everyone's going for seamless, but if there's gonna be loading, I think it's gonna be pretty like.
They might have an elevator.
Because I'm going to miss him smoking.
Oh
You
yeah.
guys remember that?
Oh yeah. The perfect.
20 minutes?
The
Yeah.
background with
Yeah.
nothing, and you can just.
Well, at least he would smoke the whole cigarette and then light up another one. It wasn't
yeah.
like the same cigarette
Oh,
for 20
yeah.
minutes.
It's so
so.
ridiculous.
Continuity. I like it.
well, all that background. I mean, that's the.
I'm
seems
still
like
gonna
the new
play it,
thing,
though.
background
Yeah.
loading and open worlds and
Yeah, that's good.
like you don't know when it's loading.
Very sexy. Another sniped PS developer, Sunset Overdrive.
Everyone's shitting on this game. Am I the
Really?
only person that thought this game looked
You know what?
cool?
I thought it looked
No.
cool. I thought it looked interesting. No?
I just saw it, I'm like, okay. I mean, I understand what you're trying to do here, but I'm not interested.
Like, I don't think it's great. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm like, oh, this is the game I'm most psyched for. But I instantly just saw like people like really against this game.
It just doesn't interest me right now. The trailer didn't tell me enough, and it's like, okay, so the last game they did, Fuse or whatever, and then they had that style, and they got rid of it. So I think they got rid of it to contrast this one stronger, so this
Right.
one would use
That
it.
makes sense.
And I think they should go this way. I think that's the style they should go.
Yeah, it looks
but
way
it just
better.
reminds me of like State of Emergency Chaos game, but
It
a new
did.
version of it.
That city
And I don't-
totally reeked its
It seemed
state
I
of
don't
tighter.
want to
Seemed-
play that. No offense to those guys, and I love those guys, and I love the guns and stuff they make and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No, do
nice.
something
I mean-
different. I don't know.
It was nice and colorful.
It was
The
beautiful.
colors were
It seemed
nice,
different.
but-
I could
There's
watch
so
that
many.
movie.
There's so many gritty
Yeah.
shooters. There's so many gritty third-person shooters with guns. Little color seems like a nice little change. The guns
But we
seem
don't even know if
interesting.
it's third or first person or anything at this
Well,
point.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
Well,
know
and
anything.
that's the thing that surprised me is like they showed so little, just a CGI trailer, and people were fucking really against it. Like,
Interesting.
maybe it's just my Twitter feed or something, but people fucking
I know a
seem
lot
to
of people
hate that
are
game.
against it because it's an Xbox exclusive and it's made by Insomniac. They feel
That's
like they're,
true. That's
they're
true.
turning on the company that made them what they are today. You know
That's
what I
true.
mean?
I can see maybe
But
that.
I don't
mean,
want that.
that's
I don't want that on PlayStation.
That's
I'm
a better
cool with that.
explanation.
It seemed very like teen. It's very demographic based. It's not really, you know,
I
a
mean,
little,
I don't-
little
Well,
low for
not
us
with-
maybe.
I don't know
Like
teen, but
little brother game kind of thing.
DreamWorks characters fucking blowing zombies' heads
That's
off.
what it seemed
Yeah.
like. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Colorful-
It might be cool. But,
Colorful
I mean,
giblets. And
Well, again, I'm not even
organs.
saying it seems like it's great. I was just surprised the weird backlash it got.
Yeah. I was just kind of surprised that it was there. I was like,
Yeah.
Well, it's got
Is that multi-platform or is that Xbox?
No, it's
It's
Xbox
exclusive,
Well,
which is crazy. It's
pretty
got the
weird.
best video game name of all time, though. I mean, that's such a
Sunset
fucking. That's just a cool name.
what's it called?
Sunset Overdrive. It's just
Is that why they
ridiculous.
changed Overdrive? Wasn't it called Over or something?
Overstrike.
Overstrike.
Right.
There you go.
No, I don't like that name either. It doesn't say anything to me. Like,
well, no, but that's kind of why I like it because it's absurd.
It just
seems
seems
like a movie,
a
like
movie,
a- yeah.
a movie. Like you wouldn't go see this movie.
I'm going to see Sunset Overdrive as soon as I leave.
It seems like
Catching it at midnight.
not a DreamWorks, but like what's like the third
I don't know, but Nicolas
animation
Cage
company.
wouldn't do it,
It's
so it's got to be awful if he wouldn't do it.
I don't know.
Pixar, DreamWorks. What is
And,
what is
like
the
Fox
third tier?
Animation or something? I don't know. But there's three.
The people who do Ice Age.
I thought that was DreamWorks.
That's DreamWorks.
No,
It's
Ice
the
Age
people
is
that do
DreamWorks.
Mars Needs Moms.
There you go. Was it?
Oh, with anything involved attached to Robert Zemeckis? God. Well, I don't know what happened to that man.
See if you can segue into
Sad.
that.
Sad.
Okay, let's segue to something that's not
Okay,
as awful.
well, one thing I thought was kind of funny how they're like, yeah, Microsoft is doing a lot to, do a lot for the indie people, and then they just, like show off Minecraft.
Yeah, it's like go
Or-
fuck yourself.
What do we need?
This game doesn't count as an indie game anymore, you guys.
Well, exactly.
And it's not even the best on Xbox either.
Well, exactly. Even Notch himself was. He was like, "We're not an indie game developer. We make a lot of money."
It was originally an indie game, and even by definition, it's still technically an indie game. But it's also a $1 billion
Exactly.
industry-made indie game. So it's like, hey man, you can't pretend this is like
Exactly.
like if Steven Spielberg self-funds a movie, you can't just be like, oh, it's a poor little indie movie. Like no one's gonna take that seriously.
It might have been a Photoshop, but I think I've even seen like a Lego Minecraft set. Is that real? Did you guys
Yeah,
see
no,
that?
that's real.
Is that real?
Those are
there
real,
you go.
yeah.
Not an indie.
Yeah, it's not an indie game if it has a Lego set named after it.
That's capitalism at work.
Let's hope they make Lego Minecraft the video game.
Video game.
Well, I'm excited
coming,
for
it's
that
coming.
that indie movie, The Hobbit, the second one, that sweet indie darling, the second, or those indie Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Those are gonna
They're spin-offs.
real under the radar.
They're spinned off, so the storylines are indie, very independent.
Fucking Microsoft.
Old intellectual property resurfaced. It was a rumor. I'm surprised they show it.
Me too.
Oh, I totally forgot about this.
Killer Instinct.
Were you surprised they showed it because of how fucking shitty it looks?
It
I
looks
know it looks
so bad.
It looks awful. What?
So bad.
It
It
wasn't
looked.
that bad.
Have you guys heard about how it's getting sold?
Yes.
No, what?
Or
I
free
didn't
to
hold me
play.
cutting this.
Okay.
I don't know this, but as soon as they did like the announcer, I'm like, what the hell? is this?
Exactly.
It said so cheesy. Like, take me back to 1995 right away.
Like Killer Instinct, the designs and models and characters
The shading
in that game
looked
made Mortal Kombat characters look like fucking.
Oh my
like
God.
people spent a lot of time thinking about making them. And I've never been a fan of Killer Instinct games, but the character designs are so fucking
bad. So
shitty
bad.
90s
Generic werewolf
Like,
versus whatever the fuck that was.
skeleton with a shield, like
the
let's
boxer.
like a
Spider.
Sinbad
And
skeleton.
it kind of screamed like, did you guys ever play Tao Fang for the first Xbox?
Yes.
It was like an original Microsoft.
real battle damage.
Terrible. It seemed just like that. Like just
Yeah.
the visual
I just-
brush of it.
Okay, so what's the story behind it now?
All right, so it's download only.
It's probably
Comes for free. It comes free with the Xbox One, and with one character. And then you buy the other characters.
Kill yourself.
Hey.
That is awful.
Here's the thing. Here's their justification. No, their justification makes sense, but not how they're doing it. They're like, well, you know, when you get a fighting game, most people only end up playing like 2 or 3 characters anyway.
But you don't get to pick, right?
Guess what? You can't. So right now they're saying, well, we don't really have plans to demo characters. You got to get them, but you don't have to get them all. And it comes with one. It comes with Jago or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's like, and it's download only. This game is not getting sold in stores. No retail version. And it's like, man,
Why?
even you guys don't have any fucking faith in this game. Like when you look at what you're doing with it.
Oh my! Are you allowed to play other characters in the single player mode, or do you have to download other characters to beat up?
You only
Arcade
get that
mode
one.
with-
No, I
character.
know, but if you play arcade mode, do you only play the character that is unlocked?
I
or does-
assume you play
No,
other people. That's probably how they get you to want to play other guys.
Rare should
They
kill
gotta-
themselves.
they got-
Why are they
yeah.
making games?
It's not rare.
It doesn't make sense.
Rare made it, didn't it?
Well, originally.
Double Helix is working on it.
Yeah.
Who's
it's
Double
not-
Helix?
They made the first 2 3D Mortal Kombat games, I believe.
Those are bad too.
They were pretty bad.
But
They had some
there are
interesting things, but they were
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah, I mean there are some rare people helping out with it a little bit, but it's not.
Well-
they're not all in it.
But at the same time, people need to remember that Rare,
It's not rare. anymore.
the people that were at Rare when Microsoft bought them, there was like what 8% of the original company. None of the founders were there anymore. None of the founding developers or artists were there anymore. They.
It was like
Microsoft bought a name. They bought the name Rare, and the turnaround on the employees there, they're not Rare anymore. They might as well just be called something else because the name is literally the only thing Microsoft got out of that acquisition.
Yeah, because they were like originally like European or like Danish.
That
or
explains why it looks so awful.
Yeah.
It looks so
why
awful.
none of these
like,
rare games are
I'm
good.
surprised like that they even like hyped it up and they showed it and then they have like this
Pure
broken.
nostalgia.
It looks.
It was
Straight
fun. It was
up
pure
pure
nostalgia.
People, you see people get excited for that game, but it's like they got tricked into it. They're like, "Oh, I remember that game. But did I like it? I don't care. It's nostalgia." Like people don't remember how fucking awful Killer Instinct.
I never liked Killer Instinct, but looking at it, it just reminded me of like Photoshop screenshots you would get in GamePro before the game comes
exactly,
out. You'd be like, oh, this is going to be so great. And then you play it, you're like, wow, it looks nothing like this. What happened?
You know what? It reminded me of, when you see game design commercials
Yeah.
for like colleges and they show a fake game
yeah.
or a game in a movie or a TV show.
Oh,
It looked like the game you see people playing on TV or the game you see in the fake.
That's what
game
Jesse
design
plays in
commercial.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
You telling me you never tightened up the graphics on level 4 before?
Oh, what? Oh my God! The boss on level 5 is so cheap.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't talk like that.
And like the way they demoed it too, like just like the guy.
Oh
and
my God!
The girl obviously did not know what she was doing, and he's just like destroying her, talking shit.
Well,
when
what,
she's
what,
like-
what did he say was?
Yeah,
he was
go
like,
for it. Because this was you got some kind of
I wrote it down. He's like, just let it happen. It'll be
Yeah.
over soon. I was like, oh my God! what the-
which got picked up by a blog, and
everybody was like,
People
Yeah.
claimed it was a rape joke. Settle down, everyone.
no, it was pretty bad. It was.
I think
There's innuendo there, definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
Rape, I don't know.
I think it was way more insulting when he goes, "Hey, I'm getting you," and she goes, "Come on, you've got a fight stick." And it's like, did the person who wrote this even know what they were talking about? Like, it's not fair because you have the fight stick, which makes you better at a game. Because, oh, wait a second, they're just two different means of controls.
Yeah, I want to say either that or it might not be a different conference, but the spoken word, the hip hop spoken word, might have been the most
The
awkward
Deaf
pin-
Poetry Jam.
Was that
sick.
PlayStation or-
No, that
No,
was
that was
Ubisoft.
it was EA because
Oh, was it EA?
Because only
Okay.
one.
We'll get there later.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there, but fuck, man, there's a lot of
That Deaf
little
Poetry
nuggets.
Jam was so sick. You
Hold
guys
on,
are
hold
crazy.
on. We have a special guest in the house today, Drake, for no reason.
That couldn't have been.
I really
not
Drake
have been.
for FIFA.
I
soccer?
really like FIFA. Sure you
Really?
do, Drake.
I'm
Sure you do.
music-
Go back
Well,
to Canada.
I'm a
asshole.
music artist. I don't care about talking about a game I don't give a shit
Yeah,
about.
I know.
For 10 minutes, I was just like, oh my God. This is so not for me. I can't even imagine it.
I don't care how big FIFA is in the world.
huge.
It's still fucking soccer, man.
I will say, I'm gonna put myself out
football.
there. Feel free, gentlemen. By far, that was the most EA sports game I was excited for. FIFA.
Really?
Well, FIFA's good.
Come on,
FIFA's good.
let's go.
I'll give it-
Well, let's not get
let's
there.
yeah, let's get to that later.
We'll move.
Let's get to that
We'll
later.
move.
No, how about we don't get it till later?
All right, fine. That's cool with me.
Good to me.
No Drake later? Oh, come on.
Oh, we have to talk about Drake.
All right.
What are we missing? What are we missing?
Quantum Break.
I know it wasn't gameplay, but I thought it looked fucking awesome.
It looks pretty cool. I was like, wow.
I watched an interview on that, and I learned more and more. And the more I hear about it, the more I don't.
Don't I?
Oh, really? Because I haven't heard. I
Half
actually
of the
haven't.
game is video, like you're watching TV, and then half of it is you literally playing. So half of it,
That sounds like Remedy.
it sounds
I was
like
pretty-
Remedy,
makes sense.
But I like when Remedy does like stuff in the background where it's like you can
Where they
see
mix
this-
it
yeah,
in,
It's
right.
in there, but this game is more like interactive soap opera. But it's like like an X-Files type storyline.
Okay, well,
mean,
the trailer, the thing they
Yeah.
showed, I
Yeah,
thought was
that looks interesting.
That
but
looks fucking cool.
Graphics look good. The
Really
woman
clean,
looked.
yeah.
I mean, like that. This goes on like bullet time, and he's grabbing.
and all the shattered
Beautiful,
glass
yeah.
and stuff.
She's-
That looked nice.
Seriously, Half-Life 2 ending. That's what it looked like to me.
I think it's going to
Remember that?
end up
Oh,
being
man.
like a Sega CD game, where you have these
Night Trap?
sweet VMU full
Right.
motion videos,
Yeah.
and then you're like,
motion video?
yeah, it's
Oh.
like Night Trap, and you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
All right. Kind
is
of
this
like.
the future? Do you want this? Do you want this? The
Yeah.
future?
Is this much different than like the Heavy Rain? Is it kind of like the same type of
Heavy
thing? or-
Rain? You're playing the whole time.
Yeah, Heavy Rain
Yeah.
was too much of a mix. It does seem like he's saying it's
Yeah.
hard swings from one to
This
the
is
other.
Okay.
huge, like.
So you're watching
and
video.
this one is called Season 1.
Interesting.
So there's gonna be if they sell them now, if they're gonna make a Season 2, and it's gonna continue the
They should
story.
throw a light gun in there, and it could be like Mad Dog McCree.
Oh, I love Mad Dog.
I know, me too.
On the iPhone, I think they released it for the App Store.
they have it on the Vita as well.
Oh
You
yeah.
can use the
Tap
screen.
tap.
Yeah.
There you go. Moving along.
All right.
Ian's
What else
over
we
there.
got?
Well,
what-
we
Anything
had
else happened in the interview? I mean, during the press conference?
Say it again?
Anything big in the press conference? I can't remember. It was such a.
For Quantum Break.
No, I mean just in
Oh well,
general.
the kind of fuck up thing with Battlefield not.
It's
Starting
E3.
forever.
People make too big of a deal
But-
when stage demos don't work.
Yeah, it's kind of
It's
weird.
It's not
E3.
as bad as the PlayStation.
We'll get that.
That was worse.
That was.
the 20-minute delay.
No,
No.
we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We're,
Okay.
All right, but Battlefield Oh my god.
Not a big Battlefield guy, but like it seemed cool.
It showed better during the EA press conference.
Yeah, it was way
I
better.
loved. I don't even remember which one was with the building blown up.
That's the EA
EA
one.
one.
This
so
one,
fucking cool.
That was pretty fucking cool, man.
This one they showed off like gameplay of like single player, like they're on an
Oh,
aircraft
okay, yeah.
carrier.
There's a single
And,
player, whatever.
Well, it looks amazing.
When you saw that jet sliding down the crashed aircraft carrier, and the guy purposefully watches it, and you're like, I know why you're doing that because that looks real good.
It looks so good.
I was a big Bad Company 2 guy. I didn't like
yeah.
Battlefield 3 because Bad Company plays a lot different than Battlefield proper, and it seems like they're moving more towards the Battlefield proper, but 4 looks... Not just graphically, like gameplay-wise. I know it's the EA thing, but God, that whole building sequence, was so fucking cool. And then when they were underground, they blow up the support, the street collapse. Dude, so many cool things like that. That's how you get me back into Battlefield.
Because I saw some people in the feed, they're saying like, "Oh, Battlefield 3.5," kind of like. I'm like, this game looks fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I'm
suck
like,
a dick.
I got to go play Battlefield 3 apparently. Cause
Well, if you play Battlefield 3 on a really high-end computer,
it looks sick.
It still looks amazing, and it's not a huge leap from that. But you need to have a high-end computer, which is the new Xbox is a high-end computer.
And what does like a high-end computer go for these days? Like $2-3 grand? Is that like?
No, it's less than $3 grand. But like if you want the best graphic chip you can get, that's just $1 grand, just for the graphic processor. So
but the good thing about this is like when they made Battlefield 4, not everything could they still wanted to put on consoles. Yeah. So the cool thing is now that they know everyone's going to be able to handle what they're making, you're seeing the stuff like the big building and the street collapsing and all that type of shit.
That's good.
And like what I liked about Bad Company 2 was that whole every building can blow up, cover can disappear, frostbite engine, shit like that. And it seems like they're really pushing that to the extreme. And that fad kind of came and went, but since that's an integral part of Frostbite, it seems like they're really like swinging hard on that. I thought it looked fucking cool.
Looked cool.
It was badass.
Also looked cool. Another PC franchise game, Witcher 3.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Demo looked beautiful.
Totally
Is that
excited.
exclusive too?
No.
Probably. I mean, the Witcher 2, the console version only came to 360, right?
Yeah, and it came out like way after too, right?
Yeah, way after, and they changed things.
I bet you'll see one on both. It's probably one of those exclusives that's they're never going to use the name exclusive, but it's really only showing up on Xbox One for a while. So
have you guys ever played the series?
No, I always wanted to though. But
I hear amazing things.
I liked one a whole lot.
It's really hard to get into. But
Two fixed a lot of the stuff.
Once you learn how to play, it's a great game.
Because it doesn't tell you anything.
Yeah.
It spends like the first 6 hours being really hard and then going, hey, you've been able to dodge this whole time. And I'm like, I have?
It's like you're doing it wrong. Hey, did you know? You're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Does it need the PC? Like, you need the keyboard? There's like multiple keys.
No. I think it plays way better. After playing Witcher 2 on 360, I think it plays way better on a gamepad
Looked
than it did
fucking
with a keyboard and mouse.
amazing. Looked beautiful. What else was there?
Well, you could show. They showed off a game I've been wanting to see, Titanfall.
I think Titanfall. I had written. I hate myself for being this guy, but I had written off Titanfall. I was like, oh, whatever. Next multiplayer on. Okay. Yeah, whatever, guys.
You're really
but then I watched it and I was like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. That looks like a lot of fun.
You went back to Grand Theft Auto 3 days. And
I was like, yeah, whatever, guys. Grand Theft Auto 3 is gonna suck. Nice rocket launcher.
Now, this was like the giant mech game or
something. Yeah, it's a mix of
mech. The Respawn, the X Infinity Ward guys.
Looked good, and they ended the show on it though. So that's
I think it's a beautiful looking game, but I have
cool.
such little interest in it because I'm just I don't know. I just feel so oversaturated with first person shooters. And just throwing in a mech isn't enough for me to be interested.
It suckered me.
When I saw it, it just reminds me of this is what a Japanese company would have made if they had to make a first-person shooter because they're like, throw mechs in there. We love mechs. We can do awesome mech stuff.
It's flashy and
it was flashy. It was cool. It feels
That's actually a really
Metal
good description
Gear-y when you're doing it.
It's a really good description.
But at the same time, I was just like, so it's a first-person shooter with mechs that looks like a first-person shooter when you're in the mech.
Yeah.
Like there's this free-to-play online game. That you
Hawken.
Yeah. Which is
that's actually what I liked though when they were in the mech. It reminded me a lot of Hawken.
I was kind of hoping it was going to be like a mech assault game when I first saw it. I was like, mech's kind of gritty at first.
Had you not heard
next
about
gen.
this?
Go play Hawken.
Because it's the X Infinity Ward guys. This is the game they've been working on while they fought for their lawsuit, and it was like a big deal, especially when they found out it was going to be exclusive.
And it leaked last week.
The Game Informer cover. Because I thought it was. I think we even brought it up on one of the shows I was on, where I was like, "There's no way EA is gonna publish the brand new Respawn game. It's gonna be exclusive. Fucking, I eat crow on that one. I can't. This generation is like the goddamn Wild West, dude. No, people are like, fuck it. We don't care if we've ever done exclusives. Now we're doing exclusives. We're doing exclusives for them, and hey, we used to be on them. Now we're on them. Like, it's fucking crazy now.
It is crazy.
I think this is going to be the real generation of not operating system, but graphics system, like Frostbite engine or the physics engines they have in the EA now. Like, this is like who's got the best engine, the new Foxhound engine.
Fox engine looks so
like
good.
Everything looks ridiculous. So it's just gonna be a competition of who makes the best one, who's
glad
gonna use it the best. You know what I mean?
I'm glad we can get away from
be like who's got a bigger dick, really? Just kind of.
I don't think it's that, because I think certain people like look at the Metal Gear engine, even the old ones. They make beautiful games, no matter what system. They make a beautiful game. They know what they're doing. I wish more people could use that engine.
Yeah.
Because apparently they can't.
I'm just tired of everybody using the Unreal Engine for everything. It's like everything looks exactly the same.
Or let's think about, the engines whatever engines Nintendo uses on their programs, whenever they use it, things are amazing.
Yeah.
Any third party, they use their own engine, they're like, this is awful.
Hey, did they make this like on a laptop?
So,
even like handhelds, like people can't even like mimic the quality on handhelds.
It is ridiculous.
It's nuts. So in conclusion, I mean, there's a couple like little Forza 5. No one really wants to talk about that, right?
This is like a huge racing game here, by the way. Like, holy shit!
There's a reason though.
Everyone's making like the exact same, like 4 of the exact same racing game.
But they do that because racing games can show off your engine and make it to say how pretty your system's
going
to be.
They're very launch friendly.
There's one thing you can do.
They're going to look good, and they're going to take advantage of the network.
If you think right now, when you saw the Gran Turismo for PS2, you're going to say that was photorealistic back then?
Yeah.
And it still doesn't look bad. But we're getting to a point where these car games are... You can't get more realistic. It
Diminishing
looks like
returns.
a real car.
It looks crazy.
But it's a good way to sell games.
Yeah.
People who don't know anything about video games, they're going to see that and like, oh, this looks like, oh, there's a NASCAR event on. This is really cool. No, that's a video game. Oh my god, I can play NASCAR when I'm home.
Yeah.
I mean, even the Gran Turismo 6 looks nice. That's coming on PS3.
I'm even surprised they mentioned it. They're just we got Gran Turismo 6.
Yeah.
It's over here. We're not going to tell you about it.
Yeah, those have been boring for a while.
I think the last one is what ruined that whole...
Well, they took 900 years making it, and then it wasn't as good as the Forza game they made in a year. So,
So okay.
One thing that bothered me, though, with the Forza thing was the fucking Drivatar thing they were coming up with. That just annoyed the hell out of me.
I like the idea behind it. The whole, we're going to take how you drive, like nuanced stuff, and then when you're not online, we're going to try and make other people's ghosts feel more real by using your oh, you like cutting in inside all the time, like you're one of those guys who never uses brakes. You just go like it sounds stupid, but like no one ever does that.
No, I'm saying like the idea. I like the idea behind it. I hate the name Drivatar.
The name
it's fucking retarded.
Yeah,
excuse me.
It's pretty
I would love to be in that pitch meeting where like,
exactly.
Here's our list, and you ended with that. Really?
I got the perfect name, guys.
Avatar was
Drivatar.
Hey, it's like that movie, but with drivers.
Xbox Fall from Grace. There was some Xbox Glass play for you, Mike. What do you think? Project Spark? Did I do anything for you? Come on, man. Come on. Okay. Creative. Did that scratch your creative itch, brother?
Smart Glass seems so fucking stupid and useless. Like, I can't. I'll
get it out, brother. Get it out.
I've seen like 1 or 2 usages of a tablet. Everyone, by the way,
there was a lot.
Every goddamn video game has like 4 players and a fucking asshole on a tablet. It won't fucking.
But you know why? Do you know why? I can tell you why right now. Why everyone uses a thing. Because Nintendo did it first.
That's true.
That's true.
If Nintendo does it, every other system will follow.
And I'm not saying it can't be done well, but it's not the type of thing
ridiculous.
that they should spend time on a stage showing me. I don't want to see it on stage. Maybe I'll have fun doing it in my living room with having a fucking random guys that go, sorry, we only have 4 controllers. Okay, well, you can be the fucking UV drone. But
you remember that there was a time and a place where you sat down and shut the fuck up and you watched your friend play? Yeah. I remember that.
But I
don't know. Look up shit on the iPad.
I know whose house we're not going to be at anytime soon.
I get that on a Little Big Planet like world that Project Spark seems cool, and at the same time I don't enjoy playing Little Big Planet. I haven't had a lot of fun. But you know what I like? I like going on YouTube and seeing a 2-minute clip of a crazy fucking thing someone made in Little Big Planet. But I'm not going to play the game, and I have a feeling that's what Spark's going to be as well. It's like, hey, look, someone fucking made the Enterprise, and
no, they're going to make level 1-1 from Mario. It's what everybody does
immediately. No, that's the that's the
So
rule of ones.
What's that tell you about every
Yeah.
making? Anytime you can make anything, the first thing they do is make a Mario level.
Recreate
That's ridiculous.
Nintendo. Yeah.
But that and then such an emphasis on tablet. I was just like,
Yeah.
But
oh
that's
my
like
God.
But
it was cross conference. People were just like, and we got a tablet in this one, and we got
Yeah.
tablets in this one. But it doesn't explain. Do we need to download the game for the tablet in order to play it? Like,
think
do I
it's
need to
an
get an additional $29?
I have a feeling there's going to be like a Uplay streaming app, a Xbox streaming app. Like maybe the big companies will have specific ones. It's going to be that general app where it just kind of opens it up and goes, "Hey, send me things," and then that's how they do it. But yeah, I couldn't have given. I literally couldn't have cared less. Unless it was called Project Spark Forza 5, then I maybe would have cared a little less.
Okay, so, and negative. Let's end on a positive note, gentlemen. What was your takeaway Xbox experience?
We were totally forgetting the whole price announcement.
Oh yeah,
That was
pricey. Yeah.
huge.
Okay,
Okay.
when they said that price,
No,
Good call. Good call.
my first instinct was, okay, they either are confident that Sony has the exact same price, so they're going, Sony goes after us, so they announce the same price, we both look the same. Or they were confident that Sony couldn't beat that price,
Yeah.
and so that they would look better.
I think
and
that was
that's
it.
I was like, that's the only reason you say a price this early at $500 is if they are 100% sure that Sony either can't beat them or will have to match them.
I mean,
if you watch the conference again, there's like this very slight audio just gasp of like, I guess we're settling for this.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna have to pay this much money.
Well,
And there was a time and a place.
I don't think it was a gas. It was more of a sigh.
It's just like
they put up the pre-order, and I think they sold out pretty quick, like
Yeah.
on
yeah,
Amazon
of course.
pre-order.
But
so
if you remember,
this was before some other guys.
If you remember,
announced
though,
things.
calm down, Percy. Calm down. Somebody
This generation-
ice Percy down. He's getting
yeah,
too
totally.
excited.
This generation,
The hot hit.
I'm talking
Sorry.
Are
my
you?
bad. I was doing physical humor.
because it plays real well on a podcast.
People loved it.
Okay, so we're really in a generation where, since the power of the internet, the consumer has a lot more say on what things fly and what don't work. When PlayStation 3 announced they were going to be $599.99, and the world was like, no, we're not going to pay that.
No,
I mean,
thanks.
there were certain people who were like, no, I have no problem. Here's my money. Take my money. But other people were like, I am not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And as we'll talk about later, I think the internet is one of the best things that's happening to America in terms of giving consumers a better voice of like, we're not standing for this. This is ridiculous.
yeah.
I mean,
They already have so many other problems.
Yeah.
The
I
last
cannot
thing you
believe
need
they
to
did
do,
that.
it
they
really.
got way too cocky, man.
Well, and the thing is, I understand the reasons why. They wanted to bundle Connect, and there's all that. I don't know if you guys been hearing the weird assembly line problems with the type of RAM they decided to use. Run into a lot of issues. It's adding costs. So I get why it costs more, but Microsoft is always super okay with throwing their weight around money-wise. I kind of expected them to go, fuck it, we have to hit $399, so we will, whether we're taking a loss or not. I'm really surprised that they let themselves go up to $499 and didn't just go, fuck it, we've got like literally hundreds of billions of dollars at our disposal. Let's take a loss and compete.
Well, now they can't change it. They'll come off as weak. They're like, we
Yeah.
are wrong. And they can't do it at this point. They're too
Let's
deep.
talk-
They're too deep. It's going to be at least a year.
Let's talk
Yeah.
tangibles. They have Blu-ray now. That's
That's
so
just the
Blu-ray player.
You need it.
You have built-in Connects. You have maybe a better controller, maybe. I mean, is the Connect built in? Is that enough?
I don't think it's-
is that?
is that-
I
the
don't
cost,
like
or-
the Connect.
I don't.
Like, it's almost
people-
like, hey, I'll sell you a car.
People
and
don't like
I'll
Connect.
do you a favor. I'll sell it with 3 wheels.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I want 4 wheels. And they're like, no, 3.
You're gonna
like,
love that wheel.
My
do I have to
bro-
pay more?
My brother got the Xbox with the Kinect with it and has never plugged it in or taken it out of the box that can't come with. Because he has no interest in it. I don't want to be looked at. Why do you want... I don't... No.
Yeah. A quick.
Like, there's no interest in that. I don't know why everyone...
You know, it's actually very interesting. I kind of. They include it. They force you. They include it.
They force you.
They didn't hit Connect at all. Like, is there no Connect games?
I was going to say, one of the high points, I will give them, it must have been so goddamn difficult for them to do this, but they did not show a single Connect-only game.
Or
and
kids
they
on
barely,
stage.
No kids on stage.
Thank God.
But no full Connect games and no, like, hey, this is what you can do with Connect. 1 or 2 guys mentioned voice commands, but I was actually pretty impressed with them for not just shoving Connect down people's throats. Because, especially now that it's in the box, my only guess is, we don't have to sell it to people, so we don't necessarily need to show it as much because it's just going to be there. But I was very proud of them for not forcing that.
There you go.
I remember thinking when they announced that price, I was like, Sony is either sitting there going,
Yeah.
Oh fuck, they're lower than us. Or they all looked at each other like, oh my god, they're $100 more than us. They start fucking like
that must
drinking
evil
champagne out of a virgin's vagina or something.
I was just thinking, like, before the Sony press conference, for their PowerPoint, did they have 3 slides at the end? They're like, which one are we gonna pick, guys?
Yeah.
We're like, how bad do we want to hurt these guys? That's the thing is.
I can't wait to get done. All right,
well, did you hear the Pactor mention that he had an insider at Sony that was like, we know we can't go down to 349. If Microsoft goes to 349, we are fucking doomed. And they were terrified. They were terrified during Microsoft's conference because they didn't know what the price was going to be. They thought they were going to go to 349. And they were scared to death.
Microsoft
and they
should
were
know.
So
I'm surprised.
happy when they saw the higher number.
Well, he said Pactor.
Michael
Pactor.
Yeah.
Oh,
you mean the video game industry expert?
Yeah.
Oh, Percy over here.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Get the fuck out of here.
What people are
I trust you more, buddy.
With the Xbox.
Thanks, pal.
Yeah,
Is it $4.99?
$4.99.
With the $4.99 you're paying, you also have to pay your yearly Xbox Live to use anything on that Xbox.
In theory, you have to pay your internet company
so that's
to have the internet to
That's
plug
actually,
it in and use it.
I never thought about that. So you have to have 24-hour. You have to have that. So if you don't pay Xbox Live Gold, it still hooks up. It still has to read it. So okay.
And
it's gonna read it every 24 hours anyway. Interesting. So they'll give you internet access to check your access codes, but you can't do it online.
Interesting, right?
It was that. And the conference itself was good.
Come down, Percy.
But all the stuff surrounding it was just so bad.
myself.
That console is just, it has some big problems. It's a shame that that conference, all those games are going to a system I'm not going to be getting for a couple of years.
What's crazy is just how they kept setting themselves up to fail. Like they're just giving people opportunities to take swipes.
I mean,
I think. Well, obviously, Sony took the first punch by going first and saying, or whatever. Announcing in February, they're like, all right, this is what we got, bam, and then they had to scramble together. And go, all right, we gotta do something, or else we're gonna look,
They look like Sony did last generation.
Exactly.
It sounds like an easy comparison to make, but it's true.
Sony took strike first, and look what
Yeah.
happened.
And everything about this generation so far is just switch places.
And they kind of they had the opportunity. Microsoft went out there first, got instant vitriol from the community with this used game business. They had time to kind of maybe adjust it, maybe fix it. They didn't even address it at the conference.
Which a lot of people
got too deep.
But at the same time, that it showed, it made it seem ignorant of them to not even bring it up. Like, I know they said, oh, all games, but considering the confusion and the anger, it's one of the things that, remember when Sony's network went down for that long time? And the first thing they did at E3 was he went up there and he spent 5 minutes talking about it.
And saying how sorry they were.
People respected that. Even though he didn't really give any real answers, just hey, you already know this stuff, but I'm going to say this, and it's going to... Something along those lines of, we see your feedback, we're going to try and make our information as clear as possible. Please bear with us while we try and make you as aware of our inner workings as we are. Something like that. It would take 20 seconds, and it would let people realize that, oh, okay, so you are thinking about the problems we're putting out there. But instead, they walk out there, they ignore it completely. They cancel all of their press meetings with a ton of outlets, and now people can't even talk to them in a post-Sony conference world, and it just makes them look really, really bad.
Yeah.
That's a great term, post-Sony conference world.
we're all living in a post-Sony. You know what, son? Back in 2013,
we need
when
Bob
the
Dylan
Sony
to make
conference
a song
happened.
now.
The landscape is fresh. Gentlemen, in conclusion, we got to wind this down for Xbox. In conclusion, what's your takeaway? The positive note?
I'm gonna go first. Thanks.
I would like my please, guys. I would like my friend Ian to please be able to talk. For the love of God,
the beards first.
You're welcome, Ian.
No problem, sir.
Jesus, guys.
Okay. After watching it, my opinion was just and this is before anything else because this was the first. I was just it didn't get me to want one. I still didn't have any interest to buy one, but it wasn't terrible. I was expecting it to be either really awesome or really boring. I was just super middle ground. I'm like, okay, some of those games are kind of interesting, but overall, you haven't swung me to go buy one. I'm not gonna order one on Amazon right now. I had no interest after that. I was just that's okay. I say okay. So I'll go. My final thing is super okay.
How about this?
Super.
Put you on the spot.
That works.
Should we all commit to letter grades? Should we do letter grades?
I would give
or 1 out of 5s.
1 out of 5s. A solid 3.
0 out of whatever.
A solid 3.
3. Okay.
3 out of 5.
I agree almost completely with everything you said. I came out of it going, there were some cool games. I'm probably not going to be getting an Xbox One at launch, and that bummed me out a little bit because there were some games I would like to play. But at the end of the day, it was still just the games, and those games weren't things where I was like, I can't live without those. And there was nothing talked about the system at all, which I'm not sold on. And it kind of left me going, okay, there's some cool games, but I don't like your system very much. And so I'd say it was super okay. And I would give it like 3 stars as well. I agree with my good friend Ian, who no one will let talk, by the way.
That was like a verbatim agreement. That was actually almost word for word. I like it.
Super okay. I like it.
I'm gonna start using that term like all the time now.
It's super okay.
That's how I describe a lot of movies. Is it good or bad? I'm like, it's super okay.
That you just being nice.
No, we're on the
like
Mega and Ultra. Where does that sit there? Is that above? Is that the best? Super?
Like
Ultra
I
nice?
consider
Ultra okay?
Iron Man 3 super okay.
Yeah. This is gonna be. Let's keep this under 3 hours, gentlemen.
Okay.
No.
Honestly, I for the most part, I agree with you guys. I mean, I know I'm more of a Sony guy, but I mean, I was still
What?
Yeah, all right.
Oh.
I was still wanting to.
I thought I was just projecting.
Again, I was still wanting to, have something where I'd be like, yeah, this looks pretty cool. I mean, they did have cool games. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there was a bunch of games I thought looked awesome, and then that price, I was like, oof, that's a lot of fucking money.
But if they said Ridge Racer first,
I would have been all over it.
What if they showed a game with 1 million troops?
I would have been all over it.
what game was it?
I can't remember.
Is
but I
that
remember-
Mag?
A crab fight,
It was-
giant crab fight. Is that what
It was some Dynasty
Oh,
Warriors game or
Dynasty
or
Warriors.
99 Nights.
99 Nights. Yeah, the guy comes in and he's like, 1 million troops, and the crowd was silent. He's
that
like,
was a Konami.
1 million troops, and they're like, oh, we're supposed to clap?
Yeah,
That was one of my favorite E3 moments.
That was Konami, I think.
Yeah.
That game was
All right, anyway,
delightfully terrible. Continue.
I will
yeah.
give it. I'll say super okay as well. I'm more on the super meh. I'll
Super
give it
meh?
that super meh, and I'll give it a 3 as well.
What?
I'm gonna go lower than you guys, but still give it a 3.
Okay. Verbal score lower, grade same.
Yes.
Okay. Microsoft, the games, I was on the fence, hearing all these announcements. I was kind of on the fence. The games, I thought they brought it, generally showed some interesting stuff, showed some exclusives. Big fan of the controller, put off by the price. So I saw it. I was kind of with you guys. I don't know if we're doing halves. I go maybe 3.5 just to be different, break the system a little bit.
Sounds different, Dean.
Sounds
I'm always
fine.
telling people that.
I try. I'm happy with the not forcing the Kinect games so much. It seems like the games are good.
Love
good games.
that. Yeah, that was a smart move.
Good stuff. Got a little bit of Halo. Got some, exclusives. Good.
All right.
Flames down. Yeah, so cool. We'll be back after take a little break. Might hear a new ad. We'll see what happens.
Oh.
There might be an ad.
Oh, a new advertisement. Sweet.
We're taking a half step of professionalism up from last show. Maybe. Trying to.
An Audible? Is it an Audible one?
Yeah.
Is it? Am
Don't
I
lift the
right?
veil. Don't lift the veil. No. It's basically Audible competitor.
Oh, okay.
They're like
Ooh.
5 cents cheaper.
Sweet. Look at you, Dean.
You try, brother.
You're a real rebel.
Are we recommending a book?
Yeah.
Ready
Dark
Player
Side?
One.
Okay.
That's a game related.
Oh,
It's
okay.
really good.
Will Wheaton reads it.
You can get the Brave Fencer Musashi strategy guide as read by Leonard Nimoy.
Ooh.
That's on there.
Yeah.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
good.
I was about to say, whoa, Dean,
Wow.
this is real.
If you
I
can
was
get
right.
Leonard Nimoy to read
I think he was
player
doing.
manuals, oh
Funny
my God.
enough, I think he did read somebody. That's where like Jeff Garland and that guy came from somewhere. We'll be back after this break with third party. Thank you guys.
Sweet.
The drainage? What's the drainage? Well, old chap, take it from me. It's very informative, very random, and cultured like a fine malted whiskey. But don't take my word for it. Go to www.thedrainage.net and check it out for yourself.
I say Ubi, you say soft.
Booby.
Soft.
Ubi.
Booby.
And we are back. Dark Side of the Kingdom, segment number 2, E3 2013 Extravaganza.
With the E3 extravaganza.
Wow, that was real time. Real time
was,
voice work. There,
Yeah, that was some great echo
I like
technology.
it. All right.
Police Academy 8 is casting. We'll see what you
Perfect.
there. Horrible reference. God, that's right.
Is that the one where they
Ubisoft.
go to Russia?
I caught myself.
I think that's the one where they go to Russia.
Is that actually made? 8? Did they make it?
I don't know. You can buy the box set. I don't know why.
I'm sure you could find us for like 99 cents. All right, whatever.
Good stuff. Ubisoft had their. This is the third-party segments. Start with Ubi.
Ubi.
Good games. Ubisoft. Pick your poison. Mike, what are you going with? Are you going Ubisoft?
Ubi, sir.
Okay. Rocket. I like it. Ian, what are you going with?
I just look at him like,
I'm going with Ubi.
Ubi. Okay. We'll just each.
I'm going to stick with Booby.
Ubisoft.
Booby.
Are they French?
You hear that, everybody? You hear Percy's really good joke?
They're very
Hurry and
French.
rewind if you didn't hear it.
Booby.
New Rocksmith. Mike, you talked about it a little bit.
Actually, it was such a weird thing to start with.
I know, right?
I was like, I played Rocksmith not too long ago. And I was like, okay, yeah, this is a good way to practice. But like, why are you making another one? But I mean, they did get what's it, Jane's Addiction dude or whatever.
No, Jay Cantrell,
Alice in Chains.
I'm sorry, they're the same band.
Jane's Addiction is
Slap
totally
yourself.
different band.
Slap yourself now.
Perry Farrell comes out with a guitar and he's like, I can't play this.
But I mean, it's a kicking way to start the show.
I mean, next gen presser. Why would you show something? I mean, was there anything new?
But Ubisoft, every year Ubisoft shows something. Remember when they showed laser tag?
Yes.
They always show something goofy that like
don't
make sense, and that's charming.
Okay.
I find it charming.
I don't think they got the memo that everyone got rid of their plastic instruments. And even though this is with the real ones, they still don't want it.
Yeah.
You either play guitar or you don't.
Yeah. I like when he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna play with a pre-recorded track." All right, which pre-recorded track should I play with? Like, you wrote this poorly.
I like how he's like, this is a great instrument for kids to. Oh, wait, actually, I mean, anybody could. Adults could use it too. He like cut himself. It's kids game.
I think it was a surprising choice for guitar player. I guess maybe he was just the first one who said sure, and why not?
He didn't sound like he was acting, which was nice.
Yeah.
Like, when he was talking, he sounded genuinely interested in what he was saying, and like he was kind of not reading off a teleprompter or something, which is always nice. It's always nice that like the same thing happened to Dana White later in the EA thing.
Fuck that guy.
Like, I'm not saying I like him, but it was nice to hear someone not sound like. And
Michael
so
Pachter,
next
Dana White,
game
we're calling him out.
I don't have a problem with Pachter.
I do.
Pacter's fun.
What's wrong? Why don't you like Pachter?
I don't like him. His face.
Whoa.
Whatever, man.
It's only the area
I don't
around
like
his
him.
face.
It's all about the
that
pack
I like.
attack.
Pack
Fuck,
attack. Right?
fuck it. I don't like him.
He's like all buddy with Jeff Knightley. They're the Illuminati of the video game industry.
Jeff Keighley.
Jeff Keighley. Thank you.
Who's Jeff Knightley?
I don't watch this shit.
Jeff Knightley's fucking sexy.
Isn't Jeff Knightley something?
Jeff Keighley is like the straight-laced normal guy with the glasses, and then he takes the glasses off and he becomes Jeff Knightley. And he goes to the club and he does cocaine.
Was it the 80s? What's going on?
Yeah. Anyways.
All right, whatever.
What else we got? Rayman Legends.
Oh, super exciting.
Yeah,
I cannot wait. I
Origins
love
was
the first one.
great, so clearly Legends is going to be good.
They held it. It was supposed to come out for Wii U a while ago.
Yeah.
They held on to it.
I didn't know it was coming out on the other systems. I'm so excited that it's coming out for other things because I'm totally
Oh,
getting
you
it
hadn't
now.
heard about that? It was
No,
a big fuck you
I
to
thought it was
the
just
Wii
Wii
U.
U.
That's why they held it off, and it didn't come out in like when it was
Is
like
it not
March
coming
or
out for Wii
something.
U
It
at
was
all?
well, no,
It's coming
now
out
it is,
for
but
now.
it was supposed to
September.
be coming out in March for Wii U, and then they're like, hold on a second, now we're putting it on every system.
I wonder if they added anything else because I mean, if they held it that long, because it was ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it was ready to launch.
They added,
so-
they added a shitload of things for I think for
Since
each
then.
system has like
Yeah.
some.
I
It
played
looked
the
cool.
demo
Looked
already
good.
on the Wii U at one of the Best Buys. The demo was really fun. They do have a level like the music synchronized, and it's so clever. Like it's a simple concept, but when you're playing it and you're just getting in the middle of it, it's crescendoing while you're jumping through these epic things. You're just like, this is awesome. It's getting better. And I swear they made the hand drawing look even better this time. Like
It
I remember
looks
it looking
amazing.
great, but this one looks even more detailed.
Yes.
Yeah, they really have these games figured out. In a weird way, it kind of makes me care less about the Donkey Kong Country Returns because when I play the new Rayman games, I'm like, oh sweet, this reminds me of when I used to love Donkey Kong Country games, and then they just do them so much better than the Returns
like
games. I'm like, never mind,
They just
I don't
make
need
platform
them.
games.
The
just
engine
so
itself, like
beautiful
they
and
created
smooth.
that engine. Basically, it's like it's made for artists. You kind of draw anything, and it's just like you
Oh, that's
scan
cool.
it.
I
So
didn't know that.
it's a legitimate engine for that kind of stuff. So hopefully we'll get a couple more franchises because, I mean, side scrollers are great, but fucking beautiful 2D side
You know what would be
scrollers
great in
are
that?
nice.
A new Contra.
Ooh.
I would really like
What was the Contra remake that came out under a
that.
different
That
name?
was the
Hardcore?
Yeah,
I like that
was,
game.
That was great. No, everything.
good.
I like everything those guys do.
It was 3D.
Way
Yeah.
forward.
2.5D.
That was Arc
whatever the fuck it's
Systems,
called.
the one we're talking about.
Way forward developed it though.
They did,
Arc
did
System
4.
published it, didn't they?
No.
Or did they do? Okay, I'm
Arc
thinking of
Systems made this
4.
one.
Yeah,
It's the super Japanese one, like
I'm thinking
Yeah,
of way
it's like a
forwards.
hardcore Japanese.
yeah, like, very Japanese.
I'm mixing them up.
Ooh,
Mixing them up.
Four's great.
Yeah. Mighty Loot. Did you guys see that? The free-to-play
No.
initiative. It looked terrible.
Oh, it
kind
looks
of, right?
awful. And
How terrible was that lead character?
Dude, I like
think
how
the
they're
writing
like.
was awful. The writing
It
was,
was
so
so-
forced.
they-
You're
Yeah.
just like, this isn't
It was
funny.
like, okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have him walk through a room, and then he's gonna fall down, and then he's gonna be on a throne, and then he's gonna fall down. Then we'll have him up on a mountain. Get this? He's probably gonna fall down.
Physical comedy.
No,
Can't go
not even
wrong.
physical comedy. Just falling down comedy. It was just that fucking asshole falling down for 4 minutes
It
straight.
seemed like they're going
And
like
then I just thought the cursing rant was not needed. It's just
Well,
like,
but that joke's been done a million
yeah,
times.
I
Because
just
it's
don't
like what
get it.
Commander Clank is the guy's name in the Ratchet and Clank games.
That's what it
or-
kind of
Quark.
sounds
Yeah.
like. It's
Yeah.
probably the same voice
Very
actor.
Commander Quark.
Sounds
Very
just like Commander Quark.
yeah, yeah. And like, well,
Or
like I
Death
said,
Spank too. Kind
Yeah.
of sounds like Death Spank, but I just don't. I don't understand why they.
and I didn't get it. It's like a free-to-play loot, so it's for consoles free to play.
no,
Is that
it's,
a new
I think
thing?
it's.
Or?
I thought it was for the
Yeah, I thought
browser.
it was a PC game.
Okay,
A
interesting.
browser-based game, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, who cares? it didn't impress me.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Which is a
anybody
testament because I really liked Ubisoft's thing, and so far we haven't talked about a single thing we liked.
Well,
Oh, me too.
Well, episodes
Bring it
right
up right
now.
now.
Yeah.
I'll save some of the heavy hitters for last, but I absolutely love this game. Last Generation, Trials Fusion. Do you guys like the Trials games?
I'm really bad at them, but I like watching people that are good at them play that game.
I like watching people who are not good at them and yelling at the TV.
It's like, ugh. Physics are awesome. I mean, just playing, it's very like track-based, very fun. Just very kind of quick, digestible packets of gaming. Very fun game.
Do you think we actually needed another one?
Yeah,
That's
I
the
think
kind
so.
of game where infinite sequels are fine.
It seemed like the theme itself, like you're going through like futuristic, and you kind of go high in the clouds.
Yeah, and it's got a kind of
Okay, that
trick
looks pretty
system.
cool.
You can always use more tracks, and then maybe with this next gen, maybe tighter physics or something. The iPhone game looked kind of
Mobile, whatever. I don't give a shit on mobile
But
games.
you know, that's a quick hit. I was kind of generally excited for that. I guess.
It's got a huge fan base, so
Yeah.
it's gonna
Yeah.
make money.
South Park.
I'm super excited. Oh my god.
No,
And the jokes were so funny.
Oh, so
I
great.
love when he did the bad Chinese guy impression. I was laughing so hard at that.
I'm surprised they didn't show more. I mean, they only just showed like little.
I think it's
snippets.
because everyone knows that game. They're just kind of
But-
waiting for it to come out.
I think because it has so much comedy involved in it that you're only gonna be able to play that game so long because you're gonna have the jokes over and over again, and they're not gonna be funny every time.
Right.
It looks
It's like,
beautiful.
It's like
though.
the port when they did the Portal 2 stuff. They
Yeah.
didn't show you a lot because they don't when you get the jokes. Because once you play that level, you're gonna be like, it's not as funny as it was. But that first time, you were laughing your ass off.
It does look gorgeous though. It looks like you're playing an episode of South Park. Obsidian makes really good RPGs, so it's like this. Matt and Trey are very involved with the writing. It's like it seems like it's kind of got the whole package.
I didn't catch the mechanics. Is it turn-based action RPG?
I read actually that it is a point-and-click adventure, but you're actually walking around, and then when you fight, it's Japanese style,
It's like
turn-based
Like
fighting.
3 guys, 4 guys,
Yeah.
and then the monsters on the
I'm
other
excited.
Looks great. Looks fun.
Super excited.
And it's been. I mean, has there been a good South Park game?
Side.
South
I'll
Park
stand behind
64.
South Park 64 till the day
Yeah.
I die.
That's
No, that
like
game
the-
is awful.
Really?
Oh my
think
God,
I was
that game
young
is
enough.
awful. When's the last time you played it?
It's pretty bad.
Okay, I'm sure it
When you
didn't
were a
age
kid?
well, but at the time, think about it. They did the whole alternate fire for weapons before Perfect Dark did it, and they did
And it was
really,
come on,
really
Ian,
well.
I was-
Turok Engine, right? Turok Engine. Anybody acclaim?
It was a game that
It's terrible.
shouldn't have been good, and I'm
was
sure it
just-
aged horribly. But at the time I remember
what-
being
as
like,
those
oh wow,
games
this
did.
game's well done. Every weapon has a secondary usage. That's what kind of Perfect Dark's big deal was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was
It seems
cool.
like a franchise ripe for the picking. I mean, the South Park Tower Defense game was fun.
I was gonna say the tower defense game on
That
Xbox Live was
platformer
good.
was not though.
Platformer was terrible.
Oh, that was horrible.
So, I mean, we're
Tenement
ready
I
for
can't
Revenge
believe
or
that
whatever.
made through like QA and
That was like
yeah,
a
we should
website
release
video
this.
game.
Yeah, like Newgrounds game.
Yeah.
You're like, here you go.
Percy Preston.
I'm not really,
South Park?
I'm not
South
a
Park
huge.
guy?
I'm not a huge South Park guy. So
Yeah.
it's-
It seems like
I
South
mean,
Park's very
it's a
definitive.
cool idea. I mean, I do like the way the style they're gonna go for. So I mean, I'm still interested, but I'm not like stoked.
Okay. Splinter Cell.
I really like that they're bringing back Spies vs. Mercs. I think I even brought that up on one of the other shows that I
Yeah, you
really,
did.
really liked that multiplayer.
Yeah.
And I've
Very
been
fun.
waiting for them to bring that back for a long time, and so that actually made me very, very interested.
Absolutely loved Splinter Cell Conviction. If you guys haven't played
Which
it.
one was that?
That was
The most recent one?
It was the most recent
Like
one
the
with the
stuff-
typography and
Yeah,
on everything.
Yeah, like
Great.
I thought that was cool. I thought
Very
that was
clean.
A good
I actually beat it. It was like one of the few games I actually finished.
game. I beat the
recently,
co-op,
so.
but I didn't beat the single player.
Single player was fun. Got really hard.
I
a
got
lot of
halfway through with single player.
They didn't show much single player, but it seemed like a lot of emphasis on multiplayer. Ian, you're shaking your head, not a Splinter Cell guy?
I played the first one for the Xbox. That was cool because at the time the graphics were just like, this is amazing. Enjoyed the second one. Third one I did not like. And then I didn't get to play the one you were talking about, but I've heard so many good things, and it has apparently a really good co-op.
It did a good job of reinventing itself.
It was like
really
a reboot kind of thing.
I think the new one looks interesting, but...
Sorry, guys.
I'm psyched that it's not a first-person shooter. So
there you go. Yeah.
So at least it's something different. So I'll probably play it, but is it an exclusive?
I don't think so.
Then yeah, I'll probably play it.
Yeah, it looked good. Like Conviction was really good. Double Agent, not so much.
Double Agent was awful.
Yeah,
Conviction is when they completely reinvented Splinter Cell. And, they had all the projecting on the wall and the really cool UI and stuff.
Is Michael Ironside in that one or no?
Yeah, he's the new Sam Fisher voice, I believe.
And I want to say you can get that really
cheap. Who's the original
Sam
Fisher voice?
Because they replaced him, and then they brought him back.
Oh, they brought him back. Okay.
I think.
Gotcha.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Winding down to the 3 biggies. We'll start off with one everybody knows, Watch Dogs.
That game looks better and better every time
more Watch Dogs.
it.
I think it needs more... Is that the one with the tablet or no tablet?
I think
everything has a tablet.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's safe to assume
it needs more
tablet.
but that game just blows me away every time I see it. If that doesn't,
it keeps looking cooler and cooler. Was this the part where they did the jumping from cameras and like
yeah, and you put a mask on
just,
when you're on camera so nobody sees your face?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so clever.
I like when he had to distract the guy and help him out. Like,
what's crazy
so cool.
is that's going to be out on PS3 and on Xbox 360
and
too.
Wii U as well.
And Wii U, I want to know how crazy different is that going to look?
Yeah.
The
on
Wii
those
U with
systems?
the built-in tablet and then the graphics they have to use.
I'm going to be amazed if that can run at a solid 5 frames.
Ooh,
and then
that'd be sick if they got it running 5.
Yeah.
5 would be,
but
don't get too cavalier now.
A gentleman's 5.
Yeah.
A gentleman 5. Okay.
I would like to see what it's going to look like on those, but either way, I want to play those on the higher end systems because they just.
I mean,
it's such a clever concept.
The sooner
and
I
I'm
can
so
play that
excited
game.
about it.
Well, I think honestly, I think they spent too much time on it. I mean, everybody wants it,
Makes sense.
Yeah, everyone wants to play it. Everyone knows about it. It's just like, okay.
But they did show stuff that we haven't seen them do in the game.
But it's just like everyone wants it. Okay, everyone has a boner over it. Just show a little bit of it and move on to these other games because there's more games you probably should show off.
Yeah, but they're so proud of this one, and this could be the new
Assassin's
Assassin's Creed franchise. You know
they
what I mean?
replaced Prince of Persia with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Now they're clearly replacing Assassin's Creed.
So basically, we're looking forward to annualization of this
Everybody's
franchise.
looking forward to Watch Dogs.
I mean, it looks beautiful, looks good.
It's different. At least it's different.
Tons of
Very
modern
timely.
day, and it's not. It's modern day, but it's not a mobster or a superhero, which is kind of the only like modern day or a soldier. It's a really cool take, and he is a straight up vigilante. They describe him that way, and I like that.
Yeah.
That he's
a
vigilante, but he's still just a dude.
Yeah, it's very
and
timely.
his superpower is his phone.
With all like the government, the Prism stuff, all the very timely
Perfect
current
timing,
events. Drop this game, new IP, good stuff.
What do you guys think of the crew?
The crew?
Is that the racing one?
Yeah.
They all look the same, but I mean I know a lot of people that really liked the Need for Speed, the new ones with the whole like asynchronous stuff and the playing with people where the multiplayer kind of jumps around and moves. I know a lot of people that like that, and it seems like there's 9 of that game coming out. I know people will like it, but I'm just not super into it myself.
I was kind of like until they kind of like they zoomed up and you kind of like saw different clusters of people kind of driving in the city.
That was the year of this, by the way. What game didn't zoom up at the end and go, oh, by the way, there's other people. Oh,
MMO maybe, not really, kind of. It seemed fun. I'm curious to see how like that world map of the United States with all the different cities, is that real or is that just like?
Did you notice it looked kind of distorted, like it wasn't actually the shape of the United States? It was just close. I think that might be their whole thing. Is like we made a big fucking map.
That would be
and
fucking
we're sort
cool.
of like fallouting, like in New Vegas. You know how you could walk from Summerlin to Boulder City in 2 minutes. They kind of did that where the bullet points are there for the United States, but it's not actually the United States.
If you could hop on, drive from like Las Vegas, California, and you actually kind of cruise the strip, like they said, there's some cool stuff there, multiplayer.
It would be cool if they did that. A landmark-based version of the United States.
Bringing back kind of like Route
66.
Carvatar. What the fuck was that thing called?
Oh, Carvatars. My favorite.
Drivatar. Oh,
There you go.
okay.
Oh, well, they have Carvatars in the crew. Dude, how funny was Sly, by the way? Didn't you guys love Sly?
What was Sly?
When they were showing off all the people in the crew, they're like they all had dumb names, and the picture of Sly was like, he looked like he was like 40. He had a goofy mustache goatee and like sunglasses on that like a guy his age shouldn't be wearing. And I was like, Sly gave himself the nickname Sly. He looks like somebody who wants to be called Sly, but everyone's like, I'm not calling you Sly. You
Robert,
suck.
get away from me. You're not Sly.
Yeah. He obviously plays online poker. Looks like that kind of guy.
Dude, he looked like a guy that plays a lot of online poker.
Yeah.
Oh goddamn. So
the crew. So I mean,
man,
car games not really. Yeah.
Those
I mean, it looked
games all
interesting.
seem competent, but they're just not my thing.
If they could pull off that map thing, that would be fucking cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen that done before. You know, Black Flag, Assassin's Creed.
I feel like I'm the only person interested in this game. It's not because it's an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
It looks like a really cool pirate game, and those never get made. They never get made, ever. And I'm excited to play a pirate game.
I am definitely grown tired
Monkey
of
Island?
the
Was it Monkey
Assassin's
Island?
Creed
I was gonna say
franchise.
Monkey Island.
I was like, Monkey Island.
If this
Okay.
game
Guybrush.
didn't have the name Assassin's Creed, if it was just called the Black Flag, I feel like people would be more interested in it.
I think, to me, I'm kind of over Assassin's Creed. Like, I think they've sequelized it too much, and there wasn't enough changes in between them. That, to me, it just feels like a guy who just stepped off the boat of Pirates of the Caribbean and is walking around with the figures.
Because for me, like,
And I don't want to play that.
Assassin's Creed to me is like I see Assassin's Creed 1, Assassin's Creed 2, iconic tall buildings, cityscapes. It seems like ever since 3 it went to the Civil War, so you're getting away from that. There's not like that scale, the verticality of.
It wasn't Civil War.
It was a Civil War.
Continental War, wasn't it?
I think it's just
Revolutionary.
There you go, Revolutionary War.
I'm not an Assassin's Creed guy, and so seeing a game that, to be fair, barely looks like an Assassin's Creed game, I think that's what makes it appealing to me.
Yeah.
And again, it's the pirate thing it's suckering me.
They definitely laid a turd with the last one, so it seems like this is like let's reboot it. Let's get some new ideas in there.
I just feel you're going to be
Pirates.
walking around in the background, you're just going to hear yo ho, and you're like, I don't need to hear this.
I'm sort of okay.
And not to
with
mention,
that.
I really hate his gun belt. He has way too many revolvers.
No, that's the best part because they can only shoot once, so he pulls out a bunch.
I understand
It's so
that,
cool.
but
That's
that's
the
like
coolest
cool.
thing.
Continuity, sir.
I understand they're trying to keep it realistic in that aspect, but no one's going to carry that many dumb guns on you. You're going to look like an idiot.
Oh,
like,
besides the dopest dude of all time.
Yeah.
he looks so dumb. Ah.
I think it looks cool. I think it looks cool.
I think it's fucking. It's dopey, but I think it's fucking super cool.
Like, after you shoot those, you just throw them at people, or what do you do? 'Cause
I hope.
It takes you half an hour to reload
I
all
would
those.
love if that's how it works.
It's very heavy. You just beat people with it's like a steel iron gun. It's fucking
That's what they did
approximately,
historically. Like,
and
I don't know.
Yeah.
it looks good. I mean, different enough.
How many times are you going
Might
to hear
check it out.
R playing that game, you think?
A lot.
I'm gonna hear more gyars.
Yarr.
Parrot. Animals are big. AI parrot.
Do you get a pet in it? Oh
Let's
my
get a
god, if you
fucking-
get a parrot in it, maybe
Set
I'll
them
get
on.
A big
You could
parrot.
like stick your parrot, gouge out eyes and shit. That'd be dope, right?
Yeah, a dope crazy parrot.
During conversation, just lean in with your parrot. And
In conclusion,
outside.
my favorite treat of the Ubisoft. I thought they ended it very beautifully. The Division.
I think
That
that
game looks amazing.
Looks super fucking cool. It's like third-person Borderlands, but with like a
Contender,
realistic take.
modern contender for maybe one of my game of the show. Just like
Oh,
co-op.
I am super excited.
Beautiful,
for that.
yeah.
I was surprised when it said Tom Clancy because like those games
They-
were
they-
so derivative
Yeah.
for so long.
But they own the rights to him, and they got to use something. I mean,
Yeah.
he still sells games. The name still means something to people.
And that was one of the few games where I didn't hate the use of tablets because it's so on the side, so on the edge, and so barely there that it's like, okay, whatever. I let someone who don't. He's just he's fucking targeting guys for you. Whatever, who cares? The game though looked super cool.
I like-
when numbers pop off of guys when you shoot them.
Yeah, it's
you
cool.
fucking sell me.
I like the fact that when they get out of the police station and then they go right into a PvP, if it's that
was-
seamless and you're playing with your friends and you run into
Yeah.
other people and you have to either kill each other or make a decision, that would be so intense and so fun. What's really surprised me out of this is it's the third parties who are making the better games for the system. Like, first party games, barely any of it interests me compared to these third party ones. Ubisoft is coming left and right with these games that are like pushing the system in ways that the people who made the system should be doing. You know what I mean? And after I just saw the trailer, I'm like, I want to play this right now. I would play this right now with my friends.
How cool would it
It
be
looks
if at the end when it panned up and you saw other guys, but then you also saw the crew, and you realize that they take place in the same
Same game.
universe.
They should do that.
But yeah, one of the many games where at the end it's like, whoa, what? There's more people?
And then after that, you go on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, and there's the guy from Assassin's Creed hiding.
He's up on a building,
Pirates.
shooting multiple guns.
Oh my God.
Making
Park.
Ian angry.
That'd be so great.
You go into 7-Eleven, there's a Rayman arcade game. Keep it, man. Right?
Yeah, dude, making
Go
Ubisoft
cross-play.
universe.
I bet you all the guys.
Ubisoft fucking stepping it up, man. They're AAA fucking hitting.
2 years in a
home
row,
runs.
their show has been very, very good.
They're rocking it pretty hard.
The best games, most. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah. A lot of,
I like the way they got into the division. They didn't say anything. It was just
Yeah.
a trailer for a long time. And you guys are trying to figure what the fuck is
Yeah,
this?
waiting to figure it out,
Yeah.
seeing the gameplay,
And-
seeing the mood and the tone, and just kind of really being slowly sold on what you're watching.
Also,
Yeah.
no zombies, which is nice.
Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah, isn't that
But-
Not
weird?
zombies. It's just there's
It's
marauders
still-
and crazy
Yeah, it's
people.
still post-apocalyptic.
you know what
Yeah.
I really dug too was like the voice acting. It was like a lot
Yeah.
of nuance to it. It seemed like
Yeah.
real people,
Those
kind
were-
of like.
you're like
That-
the millionth person to make
it's-
that
You're not
mistake. That
voice-
was supposed
that-
to be
yeah, that's not-
them talking.
Was
to
that
each
really?
other.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
That's why it sounded like really good voice
I'm like,
acting
wow,
because
these
it
are fucking-
was.
It's, yeah.
I'm like, okay, I like it. They're young. They're like teenagers.
I thought that at first too, until they started addressing each other by like their usernames and
Yeah,
not like
Yeah.
in-game
Well,
character
also,
names.
yeah. Well, there's also the guy was like, "Yeah, I gotta go, guys. Gotta leave." And like, all right, see you later. And he leaves. And another guy. And you catch that?
I was multitasking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was,
Well, you're
I was
not
hoping,
the only person that made that mistake.
I was hoping for the Red Dawn effect, kind of like citizens rising against.
It almost a lot of
It
people
seemed
said
that way,
If
though.
they did it that way, I'd be
Donovan?
really on
Yeah.
board with that. It would sound really good in a game done that way.
Well, fuck. For people who demoing video games, they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I think Ubisoft. They were my second favorite conference. Easy.
I'm gonna go with. It's hard to give it to second because I really don't know what's number one right now in my head because I can go either way. I'm gonna go with number one then. Yeah, I'm gonna go with number one for my Ubisoft. I had more. I enjoyed games the most from that, and got more excited from that than anything else.
I'd give it 5 stars.
I'll
Yeah.
give it 5.
5 stars for sure. It was
Except for
super good.
the Aisha Tyler stuff that killed me.
There
But I
was
understand
some-
how difficult that is. I get
Yeah.
it, but it still felt super forced to me, and I was
Didn't she look-
cringing.
How could they not have any kind of awareness?
I just wish there was just, and I get that she's a girl gamer. That's great. I don't have a problem with girl gamers, but you don't need to tell me. Just tell me what. Here's a trailer. Okay, this is cool. I know you don't want the people who do Ubisoft there because most of them speak pretty broken English or not the clearest because it's a French
And
company.
they're all the shortest people.
That's what I was
I
gonna
get the
say.
I was
shit's
gonna say,
tall, but they're all extra short as well.
She
But-
looked like an Amazon.
I was gonna say, how could they have
It's
not the
still better than
awareness
the last
to
stuff.
not put her in heels? The poor woman, she threw her in heels with like 5
I'm sure
foot
she
men,
wore heels
So
because
was
she
it-
wears heels.
well, also her hair was like high, so
5-inch hair.
It's
It's like, oh, God, these guys are like 5 foot tall.
she
It's
was
like,
towering over everybody. It was
Anyways.
hilarious.
Enjoying though. I
Yeah,
those are my
wow.
favorite in terms of games. My favorite conference.
Percy?
I'll give it a 4. 4 stars.
Okay.
It was
any,
good.
Any qualifiers or just?
Or did you just put it out
That's
there?
4.
That's 4.
There you go. That's 4.
Period.
No, it was really good. I liked everything they put out for the most part. I mean, the crew was still kind of meh, but 4.
So you weren't loving the crew.
No.
Okay.
Not loving.
I was digging the
Ian
map,
got it.
the maps from
I
above.
listen.
so.
I listen. I'm rocking the 0.5s. I got for me. I mean, I always leave room for improvement. 4.5. I was kind of there's a lot of rumors of it. I mean, it's kind of hard to pigeonhole something against anybody, but like, kind of disappointed I didn't see Beyond Good and Evil 2. We saw it teased
That's true.
years ago. I would have liked. That's a game that I really wanted from
was
them.
hoping it would be
I was kind of hoping it from, but you know, amazing games, third party. I think the good thing with third parties, I mean, they don't have to be pigeon. You don't have to worry about hardware at all. Bring games. They brought good games. 4.5.
Yeah.
They rocked it.
Dig it. EA. Let's transition into EA, the other top tier AAA conference type developer out there. Brought some heat. Brought a few turds, maybe not. Anything jump out to you guys, EA?
Like I said earlier, that fucking Battlefield 4 stuff. They sold me on the
Extended
potential
Battle
the potential moments that could happen in Battlefield's multiplayer. Just showing us that building coming down after the guy's parachute
That
was
was
so
ridiculous.
goddamn cool.
I thought the stage reveal was cool too, with all the people playing. If they were really
Yeah.
playing,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was just
Yeah.
that was ballsy. They're like, we're gonna do it.
Oh, the 64 people
Yeah,
playing?
I thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
Nuts. Well, but the building thing was fucking awesome. I mean, Battlefield's known for like the destruction and
Yeah.
all that shit, but it was cool seeing everyone as a group
Yeah.
go up to an elevator all together up to the very top. And I mean, can you imagine if you're the people blowing up building and then people inside like, fuck, what's happening? Are the
Now-
lights gonna flicker and then things just crumble?
That's very
and you
interesting.
die
Now,
or s-
was that a scripted event, or could people be actually in the building?
I
I'm
think
sure
that-
they could totally be in the
Yeah,
building.
I mean,
like, and that's the
fucking-
cool thing
that's
about it
insane.
is that normally you'd go, oh yeah, that's something that gets destroyed in the background and destroyed in the environment, but not a physical building you went to the top of. Literally jumped out of moments ago, and then you watch it crash down. Convincing. Oh, it's so fucking cool.
It looks so awesome.
So many cool things in that Battlefield. Like, again, I don't know if I'll love the game. I loved Bad Company 2. They've convinced me to give Battlefield another try.
Bad Company 2
they showed me enough
awesome,
cool stuff. Bad Company 2 was so good.
It doesn't seem very practical, but zipping around on a jet ski seems fun.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. Same in real life.
Right around, just shoot people, jet skis. Yeah, Battlefield extended trailer. What did they show that wasn't in the other one?
Just more stuff.
This is all multiplayer, wasn't it?
Yeah, this one was just
the other one was single player.
Single player. This was all MP.
Yeah,
and
it's good.
Looks
good. Let's get this out of the way real quick. Need for Speed. Anything for anybody?
It's the car one, right?
It's the car
another one.
It's the car one where at the end it zooms out and then you see that there are like other players.
Oh wow!
Again, that was this year's E3. It was racing games that zoom out at the end and you realize there are other people there. Not that that's bad for these. It's kind of like sports games. For these racing guys, I bet they're out of cum. They've come too many times because there's a million games they want. But unless you are really into that, like my little brother fucking loved Need for Speed. I think it was the new Hot Pursuit. Whatever that was, he loved it. And when he saw that, he was like, "Oh my god, I'm sold! I'm sold."
What I noticed about the Need for Speed,
he was out of cum as well.
Need for Speed franchise, usually a twofer. People buy Madden and then they buy Need for Speed. It's like that gamer. I mean, that audience seems good for it. It's a new version of that, kind of like the Mario Kart school of games. I mean, it's a newer, shinier, prettier version of.
It looked nice.
They're doing a better version of what they've been doing for a while, and that's cool.
Now, did Burnout Paradise, is it because I know that they got sucked up
guys. It's
okay, because that Burnout Paradise is great.
Criterion. It's Criterion.
Yeah, Criterion.
So they have the guys that made the best racing game making the other racing game a whole lot like that first racing game
and better.
Cool, I like it. Anything else? Dragon Age.
I remember Dragon Age 2 still, and so I don't want to play Dragon Age 3.
I haven't played either Dragon Age, but I heard so many bad things about it too that it just I got gun shy.
The first one was really, really cool in a lot of ways. The second one was so close to being cool, but fucked up like the two major things you need your game to have, and it destroyed the whole game. And so I'm super gun shy about 3. I'm sure I'll give it a shot, but 2 is still fresh in my memory.
Medieval. BioWare. I mean, they gotta have something there. But I mean, it looked cool. Next gen graphics. Hey.
And I mean, the audience clearly didn't remember Dragon Age 2 because they were clapping when they brought up that slide.
Did you ever think they have an applause sign? Did they just put up?
Yeah, I did right then.
Or it's just like the other developers, or it's just their own team clapping.
I can't stand clapping in these events because it always feels so forced to me.
They are,
except when they showed
this year. There was a couple of times where that didn't happen, but typically you're just like, and we're using AT&T, and people are clapping. Why are you clapping? It's AT&T. Stop.
No one clapped.
Yeah. I remember hearing people boo.
Yeah, there was boos.
How about that Star Wars teaser for
Battlefield? Oh my god!
I love that game in general, so I hope this one's amazing.
I was really because I was like, oh, wonder what this is. They're talking about Frostbite Engine. Oh, it's probably Battlefield 4. And then you see the fucking snow speeder, and then the AT-AT, and I was like, oh,
yeah. Now, as a Star Wars fan, did you see this coming at all?
Yes,
but everyone saw it coming.
But in that way where they hadn't confirmed it, you assumed it was going to happen because it made perfect sense. You have DICE and you have Star Wars. Why wouldn't they make it?
The Star Wars.
Then to actually see it happen was a whole other thing.
It was just a teaser. I mean, they didn't show anything.
It was like a nipple slip. It was
very nip slippy.
And just like a nipple slip, I pulled my dick out and jerked off after it was
really fast.
Nice.
You ran out of cum. I think we're also forgetting one major event: the reveal of the new Plants vs Zombies.
Oh yeah, that was the first thing.
I was saving that for the end.
Garden Warfare.
I think it looks cool. Am I the only one that thinks it looks cool?
No, I don't think it looks good to me. But I think the reveal was the most cleverest thing they could have done.
It was cool.
We were just like, great, another Battlefield trailer. You're like, really going to do this? And there was such a great pun. It's so great.
I genuinely think it looks cool. It looks interesting.
I like those kind of. You remind me of like Orcs Must Die mixed with the mechanics of actual Plants vs Zombies
or Dungeon Defenders.
Yeah, those type of games.
It looks really.
Also,
really
graphically, it looked really clean.
Oh yeah, it looks really smooth.
It looks great.
The zombies and like the character design in that series is very fun. It's very like cartoony. And
this is their first 3D game for PopCap, I think.
Yeah.
Because at first, when they first announced the third-person shooter, I was like, "What the fuck?" Zero expectations. I was like, "This is gonna be garbage." It's
gonna be a joke.
It looked really good.
It looks fun. It looks fun.
But now, this could be the caveat. Now, I don't know if it could be a full retail price game, do you think?
I
bet
have
it will
a
be.
feeling
I don't think it should be.
I have a feeling it won't be.
It should be like a
It should be a download,
downloadable,
$15. That'd be sweet.
$20.
I feel like
maybe,
it'll be a
$15.
high tier download game, like a 2025.
'Cause I mean, that's
I can see that, actually.
Yeah, because I mean, if Plants vs Zombies, $59.99. That's asking a lot.
Yeah,
so.
I don't think that. I'd be surprised.
They
That'll
had a
actually.
full campaign, though?
I hope they don't do that.
And multiplayer,
If they had a full campaign,
just like Battlefield. Your planet can get into like a pot.
oh, sweet.
You climb the grapevine and
No,
then you like
this is so sweet.
blow the foundation. The grapes fall over the
You
tree.
get on top of a bird.
And then the most awkward thing at the end when he announces Peggle 2, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
That was the greatest announcement
I
ever.
like-
That
You're
was
just
fucking
like,
awesome.
Peggle 2.
I like Peggle, but he made way too big of a deal about Peggle.
Yeah,
That was hilarious.
Peggle's like one of
Come
those
on, that was
things.
I think he was just wish he had a mic to drop.
Yeah, like I enjoyed
No, I
Peggle.
don't-
Good
it's
thing
a
that
guilty
the
pleasure.
screen went
You
black
don't-
and he could walk away and not be embarrassed.
I just like the way he did it all together. The jump.
I think they were expecting more of a cult ironic appreciation of Peggle, and they just didn't get
Was
it.
it in the EA conference when the demo didn't work and the guy went backstage? He's like, "Oh, I guess we're not showing this." Or was that a different conference?
No, that was during.
That was Microsoft.
That was their Microsoft, yeah.
Battlefield.
Oh, yeah, it was
Battlefield.
awkward as hell.
Yeah, it took a while. A few minutes for it
I
to
guess
start.
we're not doing this.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, we are. Oh, okay." And he
Oh,
comes
yeah.
back to stage and like,
Are we
okay,
doing this?
Oh, we forgot to say this during the
The
EA. They had the microphone on in the
Yes.
back.
You
the
heard people
whole
laughing.
time.
Yeah, they're in the
and
street.
just
No,
talking
Go
to
on,
each
go
other.
on. You're on now. Go.
I heard
Go.
the guys
I'm
like,
so funny.
Yeah, and I just heard some dudes like, "I need a breath mint before I go out there."
Yeah.
I was like,
Because people on stage are gonna
yeah,
freaking hear
exactly.
you.
Like, what the hell?
Jerk.
I'm looking at this list. There's
Okay,
not
what's
much from EA, man. I mean, I think we hit it all.
yeah.
UFC.
Yeah, sports.
It was all business as usual with
Mm-hmm.
a couple surprises, but the things they showed all looked like competent and well made.
I think it's pretty poignant. I mean, they launched. Series has been dead for a while. A big reveal of the series, the rebirth. NBA Live kind of looks like shit. Kind of looks like shit. I'm gonna say
But it
it.
has the best dribbling physics ever.
Was that the one with the
NBA
fake LeBron?
That was
No.
the one with like the Kyrie Irving.
Fake
It-
LeBron looked
Dribble
like
tech.
shit.
Fake LeBron
He
looks
did
like
that.
It's
shit.
because we're at the
Like that looked like it looked
We are
like
at the cliff.
PS2
Yeah.
LeBron. Like I've seen humans. I've been spending the entire
cartoony.
day watching
Yeah.
fake
him
humans,
being
and this looks
directly
like a
next to it
bad
didn't
fake
help.
human.
Yeah.
It's something. It is
pretty
interesting
bad.
as far as like a video game industry perspective, just how bad they fucked up EA the Live franchise because it was supposed
Was
to
that
come
the
out.
game that was supposed to come out and then didn't? Then
yeah,
got
it came out
delayed
broken.
and then got canceled
yeah,
again.
so it was dead for 2 years. They're relaunching it. I don't know, man. And
Well, I
Do we
thought that was
need
Elite.
two
What was
basketball
Elite?
games though?
I think you do only because it's good to have competition. The
Or you
Madden
turn into
effect.
Madden.
Well, you can't do that to Madden. I
The
mean,
Madden
I wish we
effect-
could do that to
I wish we
Madden.
could do that to
I
Madden
wish
because
to.
you gotta have people keep people honest. But sports, that didn't do much for me.
But the problem with what bothered me is UFC. These guys get introduced, and you're like the heavyweight champions. Like, why are you here? Like
totally the wrong crowd.
And then
They was.
Dana White's all like, "This is the best fighting game ever made."
I know.
No.
Exactly.
also,
I was
do
like,
you-
I don't care. I don't think so.
When you say fighting game, that's not a fighting game.
Well,
That
do you
is
guys
a-
remember
a
3 years ago when
sports
Dana White
simulation game?
when Dana White hated EA?
Yeah, totally.
Like he would talk shit about them
Hated
all
it.
the
He had a
time.
right to.
Now he's their best pal, shaking their hands
but
on stage.
he has
Another talking head.
I guess
Money is a hell
almost
of a
$1
drug.
billion property,
Yeah.
and they
It is.
should be making that game because people will buy that game.
Yeah.
But how he's pitching that is just, I feel, A, you're pitching to the wrong people, and B, it's not a fighting game.
You
no
should
matter
pitch
what
it to
you
the
do
Fight
that,
Night
it
people.
is
That's who
now-
you should be pitching it to.
The Fight Night people should be like, let's make a good boxing game because I'd rather play that because those games are awesome.
Yeah, I don't
they were
play
good.
boxing.
Like the next gen
Yeah,
Fight
they were
Night was
so
fun.
great.
That's the audience they should be pitching it to. But yeah, they keep pitching it to fighting game people.
Yeah, that's not.
People who
gonna-
play Street Fighter play Street Fighter.
Never
Yeah.
been to, never
Actually-
been to Evo, but I'm gonna say that won't catch on.
I don't know, dude.
No, it won't. Trust me. Well, I was at Evo a couple years ago when they had I think when UFC the first game that came out, and they had it there at Evo. Nobody was playing it. Like they were trying to get people to come play the
Yeah,
game, and
I
it was like,
remember that.
"Fuck off! No, we're not gonna play this game."
Yeah.
It was very sad.
More people were playing Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
Yeah.
Or people
I have
playing-
that game.
Hey.
Anybody want to play that? Nobody plays that with
Nobody
me.
plays
It's
it.
so
That's like the
disappointing.
Wii Fighter.
It's Wii with the Japanese characters
All the Tatsunoko characters.
and
Street
Capcom.
Fighter.
It's really good. It's a beautiful looking game.
Yeah.
It
no.
looks awesome.
EA,
got that.
in conclusion, short and sweet, man. Grades.
Well, what about Mirror's Edge?
Grades. Oh,
Oh fuck yeah!
how did I not write that down?
The
Mirror's
game looks
Edge.
Yeah, how
awesome.
did you forget that? Even
That look.
Actually, to be honest, the first one didn't do much for me.
I liked the first one. There were problems with it, but it's one of those games that you knew the sequel was going to be great because
Yeah.
it's easy to address stuff, and then you just never saw it.
Well, what's crazy is it has this apparently huge fan base, but it didn't sell that many copies.
yeah.
So for all these people who have this incredible emotions toward this game, why didn't you buy the goddamn game in the first
Yeah,
place?
exactly.
You would have 3 by now.
Wait, like
They
Dead
all
Space.
bought it
Dead Space
used.
and Mirror's Edge came out at the exact same time.
For me, it was like the motion sickness got me a little bit. I love the visuals, the world of Mirror's Edge, but I don't know, it fucked with me a little bit.
I've never been like that with games, so I didn't
Neither
have
have
a
I, but
problem.
I don't know why that one. Actually, do you guys remember it was like another first-person like fighting game, or it was like a first-person like punching game, Xbox One?
I know what you're talking about.
Xbox One or Xbox?
Xbox. Good
Oh.
catch, bro. Good catch.
Something with C. It begins with a C.
Yeah, it was like your fists were like on fire or something, or like whatever. That
Yeah,
game got me
talking
sick
about
too. Any
it.
kind of like first-person fighting where you're kind of rolling and jumping. Yeah, maybe. Old man in me.
Now
but
you're
yeah.
stuck. Get older,
Looks
buddy.
good. Looks
All
great.
right, no, Mirror's Edge, it looks awesome. I love the colors and the visual.
Yeah, that art style
It looks
for
so.
next gen is going to be
The
gorgeous.
future clean look looks
I love
really
it.
good.
Yeah, it looks super clean.
Yeah.
Like
It's
you
like
eat
Apple.
off those floors.
Appletown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looked like an
totally.
apple. I just want to eat it. Right? That's what you meant, right, Dean?
Yeah,
Apple
totally.
computers.
What?
Yeah, but I mean, it looks like it's either like a reboot
getting hot
or
in
a prequel.
It's a
It's a
prequel.
prequel because of the
So
tattoos.
yeah, the tattoo thing. So I mean,
Cool.
it looks awesome. I can't wait to see some more
more.
message. Too.
More stuff. More things. EA grades, gentlemen.
I give it 3.5. It mostly because how I left really interested in Battlefield 4. I'd give it 3.5. I'd say it was really super okay.
I'm gonna go with 3 and super okay as well. I walked away with an okay.
Okay.
I didn't see a game that I'm like I have to have today.
I'm gonna go with the 0.5. It's a 3.5. Battlefield probably saved a lot of that, and then the Mirror's Edge thing was really cool at the end, and the Garden Warfare was a cool surprise, and it was cool to see the gameplay, and it looked really fun to play. So I'm actually kind of excited to see how that's gonna go out.
Yeah, 3. I'll go 3. I'm not a huge Battlefield guy, but it did sell me on it. So there's that extra half point there. But just going back and looking at this Ubisoft, pick your poison. Just not that many games that got me wild, so 3.
It did seem like they went through that hour pretty quick.
Yeah, kind of, 3. 3 for me.
Okay.
It's hot.
Yeah.
We need to take a break.
Don't forget the
Because
poetry.
it's
As it shoots you
We
off.
didn't get
Yeah.
onto the poetry.
Oh, the Deaf Poetry Jam.
Oh, was
Oh,
that EA?
fuck.
There you
That was
go.
one of those.
That was
Okay, you guys
just,
have to tell me because I missed this thing. But
you didn't miss anything.
Well,
You literally missed nothing.
There's like a dude who everyone was like, "Is this a rapper? Or who is he?" And I was
This
like,
is
"Oh my
before
god,
Drake came
this
out.
is Deaf Poetry Jam."
okay.
and it's just a guy like,
damn.
"Yeah," and then you walk down the streets and you tell yourself, "You're a man." You're not a man though. No one's a man. The world can't put you down, son, but I'll put you down to the ground. I love my kids. And I was just like doing like Deaf Poetry Jam.
Is there a difference
That's
between
pretty good,
spoken
man.
word and poetry?
Being a black guy.
Okay.
God damn.
Okay.
Yeah, spoken words if you're a
Poetry
white guy.
rhymes.
Deaf
It
poetry
was
is
just
if you're a black
weird.
dude.
It was such a weird break in the show when this guy just started talking. It's like,
Totally out of
when
nowhere.
did we go to New York and at a coffee shop?
Yeah.
3 in the morning.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, what is this? What's
It was before. It was about dribbling. It was for about the
Yeah,
basketball
okay,
it
game.
was
yeah.
for the
It
basketball
was
game.
so
That was for
awful.
basketball.
And then they had the well, I guess he's the head of the EA Sports division, and a basketball player came out who I don't know because I don't know much about
Kyrie
basketball.
Irving.
And just awkward exchange between each other talking about how important dribbling is. No shit, dribbling's important.
Right. It's like the mechanics. That's like the main mechanic.
Yeah, it's like, hey, basketball player, how important is dribbling? It's pretty important. I also think you should shoot points. It's like, yeah, that's also pretty important. So basketball, should we have the basketball mechanics in our game? Yeah, probably a good
made it
idea.
awfully-
Exactly
The big
what it was.
revelation this time is the ball is not attached to your hand as it was before, where you can switch between different hands.
They're basically going, we're not cutting corners anymore.
Yeah, because you could really notice when you
Oh, yeah,
zoomed
totally.
out by a fucking.
Looks like
Yeah.
double dribble.
Random aside, I will say, Peter Moore, EA, probably one of my favorite executives. Just, I don't know why. E3's past EA executive.
I like Peter Moore.
Runs a clean ship.
He's definitely out there. He's definitely out there.
Act 2 done. Third parties. We're gonna take a quick break. Let's get some air in this room.
Ooh, please.
Get cooled off. It's like 110 degrees in here at nighttime. We'll be back with some Nintendo news. So, or
Sony
And
Sony.
possibly some other
Sony.
company.
Sorry. We'll
Sony, I think.
keep the continuity. We'll relive E3. We'll do Sony and on
Let's just
Nintendo.
skip Sony. What's the point?
I mean, I don't think so. Right?
We're all pretty unimpressed.
We could probably do both together. To be honest.
It'll be really quick.
Let's do
Listen to
Nintendo
Percy.
first and
He
then
doesn't even
Nintendo.
want to pretend like he didn't like it.
He's just like, "Argh."
Well, let's do Nintendo first because I think
evil
we're gonna
laugh
blow our
going
load
We can
on
blow
Sony,
through
and then
Nintendo,
we're gonna
yeah.
get back to Nintendo and be like, also
Yeah.
this stuff happened. You know what I mean?
We'll figure it out on the break. Catch you
Yeah.
guys.
Dean and Percy will be right back after a word from our sponsors. Who's the sponsor? Well, the goddamn drainages. Haven't you been paying bloody attention? If you want to advertise on Dark Side of the Kingdom like this fine audio advert, then please head over to www.thedrainage.net/advertise for more information. Now back to our regularly scheduled program, already in progress.
And we are back. Dark Side of the Kingdom, E3 extravaganza.
Welcome back.
Feels good.
It's a real extravaganza,
I
if
feel
you
great,
ask me.
man. I feel. You look hype. The intensity, Mike. We're locking eyes here.
Thanks, man.
It's all these car racing.
Thanks,
He's
Dean.
so into these
Yeah,
cars.
well, I look hyped, and then it zooms out, and you realize that there are other people hyped all around me, and it's not just me.
That was genius.
Full circle. Improv. We try. That works, right?
Thanks, man.
Not too fair.
Callback.
Nintendo. We'll start there. We'll kind of roll into Sony, but Nintendo, right off the top. Nintendo Direct download.
They went a little different this year, which I don't think was the best idea. With the
But considering what they showed, maybe it was the best idea.
The problem I had is I could not get it to work for the first 10 minutes.
I had to go to the
Same here.
UK stream and turn my quality down way
I went to 3
low.
different streams because I went to the Nintendo stream and nothing popped up at all. It was really frustrating. I missed the first 2 reveals,
I was 15 minutes in when I finally
and I
got
was
it.
very upset about that. I had to watch it later, but going back, I didn't miss that much because I got what I wanted at by the end.
Yeah.
But okay, so I'm gonna start at the beginning. The new Mario game. Kind of surprised they didn't go with a new Galaxy type game because Galaxy's pretty much perfect.
I'm a little bummed that it's a multiplayer focused one because I feel like those are kind of the worst Marios.
I want to give it a try because I like multiplayer games. I mean, I don't like the new Super Mario Brothers that much. I'm kind of over it. I like the first one a lot, but they've rehashed it too much.
Visual aesthetic's a little tiring. It's like the same.
I'm excited. I'm excited that it's your Super Mario Brothers 2 characters. That's really thank God
the Luigi
Peach is there,
jump and the
Peach.
floating Peach and
That was cool. I like
That's really exciting. I'm surprised though because even though the graphics look really, really good, and when you look at the demos, you can see really how high the fidelity is. When I first saw it, I'm like, oh, cool, this is going to be an interesting 3DS game, because I thought it was going to be a 3DS game.
I thought it was too.
And I feel like all the games they announced kind of felt like 3DS games, even the ones for the Wii U. So I saw that, new catsuit, let's be honest.
Fucking adorable baby kitty Mario is my new favorite thing. I could not be more... Dude, when he's a little yellow cat, he's like, meow, meow. Fucking run, diving,
you have to be
climb,
more
crawl up.
Italian when you go meow.
It's an Italian game.
There we go. That was perfect. It's a meow. And there we go. Oh my God, this is awesome.
There we go.
I thought I don't know.
apologize.
I'm gonna try it. It looks interesting. I'm kind of disappointed that they did not go with a different look. It looks very much like the 3DS, but it is 3DS World.
I would have liked to see the whole reinvention you really felt when Galaxy came out.
Yeah, something just brand new in your face.
Less pastels. Like, kind of Mario 2 had more of, like, just...
Maybe they should go gritty with zombies.
I would like that.
Or
Or maybe
guns,
like
first
Mario's
person
running
Mario.
around, and then it zooms out, and then you realize that there are other Marios in the level.
Mario 128.
There we go. Okay.
And then
Guys?
after that was the Mario Kart. Was that next?
Who cares? Let's talk about Smash Bros.
Okay.
No, Mario Kart looks cool. Mario Kart looks cool.
Mario Kart. It looks cool. Kind of looks like F-Zero. The choices they made with the vertical sections.
That was cool. I like that.
and the
Mario Kart
hovercrafts.
Gravity.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
They should just make an F-Zero game and stop making Mario Kart
I think
games,
they can't do
right?
that because F-Zero is so core and very difficult. You
So
cannot be
good, though.
You can't be a casual fan of Nintendo and play Mario Kart and be able to get good at F-Zero.
I like motorcycles in Mario Kart, so I guess
Yeah,
I'm
that's
on
clever.
board.
I actually forgot about that because they snuck them in on the Wii one, right?
I do like
Yeah.
those.
I like it. Looks really beautiful. It looks really good. If they can get the online to work as well as they're
Yes.
I know,
if they're pitching it, it could be amazing.
It was kind of cool seeing these in HD. I mean,
Oh, yes.
it looked cool. Like
It's
the
weird,
nuances of it.
actually, yeah.
like
Like when I watch
Donkey
the
Kong
Smash,
has
Yeah.
fur. That's weird, right?
You
when
can
I
only
watch the
get-
Smash
yeah.
Brothers, it
That was-
almost looked disorienting seeing Mario and
Yeah.
Bowser look that good.
Yeah, but
I'm
in a
excited
pleasant
though.
way, though. In a pleasant
Yeah,
way,
yeah,
almost.
yeah.
So
Okay,
cool.
so then we went from that to it was the new Wii Fit after that.
Yeah.
Did they show Wii Fit or did they tease
I
it?
think they just talked. I don't know why
Yeah.
they're doing that.
Is it same hardware?
I can only, dude. There's no way they're gonna sell a new Fit board
Yeah.
because that
That's
won't fly
$89.
these days. That'd fly back when the Wii was untouchable. That shit will not fly anymore.
Do you think people? Does anyone use Wii Fit out there? I doubt it.
It was a fun 15-minute gimmick. The moms got it.
I just can't imagine anyone. And I'm sure it's gross as hell. All the people, because you're supposed to be bare feet and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's completely gross. Most of the people.
Gross, smelly.
Hey man, I need to do Pilates and I need to do them on the Wii U.
Apparently.
And I feel like I represent a high majority of people out there.
There was built-in punch-out functionality with the Wii Fit board. You could stand on it, and you could like move.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
It didn't work very well.
Nothing for you. Nothing?
That Punch-Out game's amazing though. That is a great Punch-Out game.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If you play with a controller, like how you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Classic mode.
Yeah. What happened after that?
Classic mode.
In my head, it was a blur because I saw the second
missed-
half when the stream started working, and then I rewatched the first half. But then I've seen clips of stuff that I'm not sure if it
Yeah, there was
was
a lot of like
part
indie
of the
games.
actual thing or
They had,
not.
like,
Oh
a-
yeah.
They showed Wonderful 101, which
that
I
looks
still
good.
am convinced that like Platinum. Thank God they exist. Nintendo must be so happy they exist because Bayonetta 2 and Wonderful 101 are the only games on the Wii U that I'm even slightly interested in outside of like the core obvious Nintendo stuff. And they look so good. They look really, really good.
Is it Wonderful? That's what it's called?
Wonderful 101 specifically.
It looks like Beautiful Joe meets Pigman.
Yeah.
And the game mechanics they introduced look interesting, even though it's touch. It didn't bother me.
Yeah,
Like
no, it
make your
doesn't
sword
seem
by
forced.
drawing. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem
kind of
forced.
has like a Katamari kind of thing going on too.
So I'm excited about that game. It looks really, really interesting.
Yeah.
The other stuff they showed in their third party, I don't understand.
I don't even remember.
Like it's the
That's
new
some
Batman,
some
which
robotic game or whatever.
yeah, there's the new
That game or
Batman
something.
game.
I
There's the
couldn't care.
Xenogears or is it Xenogears?
I think that looks awesome.
Is that what it?
Yeah,
people
well,
went
they're
for?
calling it X right
Okay.
now, but it's supposed
Yeah.
to. It's
That
a
looked
monolith
cool.
soft.
That looked really
it's-
cool.
Yeah, that looks
Everyone's
beautiful.
saying that it's supposed to not in a Xenosaga bullshit half-assed prequel way. It is honestly supposed to take place in the Xenogears universe. You look at the X, it kind of makes sense. Monolith Soft has that history. I think that could be fucking, and it looks cool because it looks like I'm not a big Monster Hunter guy, but I want to like a game like that, and it has the idea behind that. But you're in a big robot fighting giant dinosaurs. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
It also looks graphically good. And
Oh,
it's
it
nice
looks
to
really
see a game look like that on the Wii U.
lush, dense forests. Very
The other
visual.
stuff they had in the reel though for the third party, it just doesn't make sense why.
Yeah.
Like apparently the last Batman had huge frame rate issues on the Wii U, and you probably already have a 360 or PlayStation. Why wouldn't you get these other?
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna play them.
Well, and that's assuming you're. I'm kind of sick of the new Batman games.
Oh yeah, I'm not interested at all.
Yeah.
Rocksteady, fun engine. They might give
Rocksteady's
it.
not making it though.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
what's
it's someone
disappointing.
else.
This
Interesting.
is WB.
Do you remember the rumor that Rocksteady was making a Ninja Turtle game? How
I
amazing
wish
would
that
that
was
have been?
true.
Yeah.
I wish
But then
that was
again,
true.
and it sounds stupid, but that new Ninja Turtle downloadable game is fucking awesome.
I'm gonna probably
It
get
looks-
it.
Oh,
It
dude,
looks-
let's all make sure we get on the same system.
I'm
I'm
getting
gonna
it.
get on PlayStation.
No, is it like a
I will too.
4-person beat 'em up kind of game?
Oh,
It's supposed to be
yeah.
4-player
But like a
online.
new school
Oh, shit.
brawler, like fancy.
I call
looking, pretty
Raphael
combos.
right now.
Donatello.
Nope, I'm
Or-
Raphael.
I said it.
Fuck you.
It says it.
I like
Check the
Leo.
internet.
It says
The internet now says I called Raphael.
What's the internet say, Dean? That's
Dean knows that.
Oh, see,
I stumbled.
Dean, I made
Okay,
Dean do it.
So then it went from that to what's the next big thing?
Not much. I mean, big.
Donkey Kong, right?
Oh, Donkey Kong. Yeah.
He said big.
the big rare. I guess we should
Oh,
talk
the next
about.
big thing. Oh, then because it ended.
Let's talk Donkey. Well,
We should hit on it, but I think the biggest thing we got from that is fan reaction of surprise of why are they making another one when the studio has. Everyone feels that Retro should do something different because they're such a great
They're
studio.
the really good studio Nintendo still has around them.
And if Nintendo loses them, they are gonna get in a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah.
yeah, franchise fatigue.
They're gonna get
Could get in trouble with these developers. Sticking
Yeah.
them on this franchise. It looks clean, but like you said,
Looks
do we
good.
need it? I mean,
It looks fine, but like, well,
The
I
name-
mentioned earlier, like the Rayman games are just better versions
Yeah.
of these new Donkey Kong Country
you
games.
didn't appreciate the 3D dynamic camera angles swooping around the tree.
I thought.
I mean, I
Barrel
want
blasting
to,
in 3D.
The fur on Donkey Kong,
3D
Donkey
is
Kong
fun.
falling.
Could
saying
you?
3D for those is a little. It's still 2D planes if you really think about it. You could shoot your barrel in only one direction. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not like you've.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I'm just surprised that that's really what they went. They told them like my only thought is they needed Nintendo's like we need another game.
Yeah.
You guys have assets. Could you just push something out for us because we need it so
something,
bad?
yeah.
The
And
name is
being-
terrible.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't think it's awful.
It's
it's
great on a hot
Tropical
day out in the
freeze.
sun.
It seems like either we joked about a drink or maybe
Yeah.
like a
It's a drink.
iPhone app.
A
Like
flavor of
it feels like
condom.
a crappy flavor.
Give me the
Flavor
Edible
of condom.
Yeah, a flavored condom flavor.
What's it?
Tropical freeze.
What would that be? That would be like minty. That would be like peppermint condom.
It's gonna burn.
Maybe like pineapple-y, but like it has like that refreshing coldness of like
It would
gum.
be
But, I mean,
peppermint on the outside for her pleasure.
Yeah.
I was about to
Yes.
say, is it ribbed?
Not like a pineapple. We're gonna fuck her up.
It's a thorn. All right.
You're like a cat's dick. You're fucking destroying her when you're done.
Jesus Christ.
Cat stick. Interesting reference. I don't know if there's a visualization.
Well, cats
Cat
have that
stick.
weird barbed dick, and they fuck up the chick's vagina when they're done. Isn't that a thing? Did
that a
I make
thing?
this up?
I think you.
I thought that was a thing.
I think you're a little
It
too
is a
excited
thing.
for Super Mario Wii U.
I am.
Cat dicks and stuff. I mean, Zelda Wind Waker. You finally saw it. So
No, I think it looks beautiful. It looks absolutely beautiful. But when I saw it, I'm like, I remember the original looking just as good as this.
I was gonna say.
But then I looked at the original. No, it does not look as good as you remember.
Is that because I didn't look it up? 'Cause
Yeah.
I remember looking at it and going, "Does this look worse than the original?" But I couldn't remember if it was rose-tinted glasses or not.
Yeah, and the only thing that I took from that is if you looked at the button display on screen, they didn't mention it. There's a button that says faster when you're in the boat,
Really?
so you can go faster.
Yay.
Oh my god.
that
And
could have
the
definitely gets tedious. That boating
Yeah.
stuff. Fun the first couple times you do it, but man, once you got to start doing a lot of traveling.
And the environmental stuff, we had brought this up where the environments, we were worried they were going to look out of place with the stuff. No, everything's fine.
Yeah,
Looks
because like
seamless.
When you see it all come together, there was no worries.
And apparently they're making some changes to it.
Hopefully it's that
and
last
they
third.
haven't. Yeah, they haven't said what it is, but everybody's hoping that's the dungeons that they took out and made it a complete game.
Yeah,
again.
clean up that end of the game, and you
some
got
people
it.
might be disappointed. No Tingle. The No Tingle party third.
It's Matt. You send bottles.
You know,
now.
you throw a
put
bottle
notes
or
in the
something.
bottles and you send it to the Miiverse, and the Miiverse sends it back, and it's like, this is dumb.
I liked the whole let's connect to a Game Boy Advance stuff that they were trying on the GameCube, but I mean,
thought-
Tingle doesn't do anything.
Okay,
for
here's
me.
the question.
thought they were going
the
for, like,
first
the Wii
time,
Pad
if
with
your
that.
first response isn't a quote from the police, then you're doing that game wrong.
Ayo.
Okay, so then let's talk about the goodness.
Well, hold on. I mean, speaking of Zelda, at least the 3DS version got a name finally.
Oh, they changed it. It's not Link to the Past 2, thank God.
I didn't
Well,
even notice
I don't
that.
think
I
it
It's
just-
a Link to
It was
New
never
Dark
Link to the
World,
Past
Link to the
2.
World.
They just
No.
called it Zelda. They
No,
never,
it was a Link to the Past 2 originally.
No,
that
they
was
never.
the code name.
Yeah, but it wasn't like an official.
So what's
name.
its real name
It's
now?
like Link to
Link to the
Dark World or Link to
yeah,
something.
Link to Dark World or something.
Oh, interesting.
Link
I
to
didn't.
the
I
I'm
Dimension.
didn't
excited.
catch
New
that.
Link to
trailer came
Dimension.
out
I love
today,
that
so, like,
idea.
That game looks
I
so
love that
beautiful.
idea.
I cannot wait to play that
Me
game.
too.
'Cause-
I'm excited.
Link to the Past. It's kind of like a sacred cow. It's like you
Yeah.
don't want to
Yeah,
fuck with that.
no, and also no one doesn't like that game.
Yeah.
So
Also,
that's
there's
a
a new
tricky
Yoshi
thing.
Island too, or
It's
Mario-
that yarn one, right?
Yeah.
Or
It
it
looks-
is.
No, it's a Yoshi Island
It's a-
too.
Oh, really?
a whole new.
It looks good.
Oh, weird. I didn't see that either. My stream is so fucked.
All of ours was.
Yeah, I watched it later. But
And then, can we get to the goodness?
Yes. Okay. Already. Fuck it. Ian.
well,
What?
should we do the Wii U eShop quick through? Just bunch
Okay,
of
go
crap, bunch of crap in Ducktales. Ducktales,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Oh no, well,
Ah,
Shovel
DuckTales.
Knight. They
Oh,
should-
Shovel Knight.
Shovel
They
Knight
showed
was cool.
Shovel
Yeah,
Knight.
Shovel Knight
Shovel
was
Knight's gonna be dope.
That's a DS game though.
Yeah.
3DS game.
Yeah.
Ballpoint Universe art style looked cool, but Ducktales.
Bunch
DuckTales.
of crap. I love
Well,
it. There's a bunch of crap.
let's hope-
Hey guys, can we talk about this? Yeah, bunch of bullshit.
Let's hope DuckTales
And
is as good as
DuckTales.
we're hoping it
DuckTales.
is.
It's good.
It will
I
be.
hope it is.
It
looks
I
good.
really hope
Name
it
a
is.
bad way forward game, and it's also DuckTales, so it's gonna be good.
I mean, they went through the lengths of making it off. Like,
I hope
you got
so.
like the original actors to
Yeah.
come and play the voices again. So I mean, come
Have you guys seen Launchpad McQuack do his commentary of the trailer?
on. Yeah, it's
No.
awesome.
Is it hilarious?
Dude, Google Launchpad McQuack commentary. You'll love it.
I'm glad that guy's still alive. I know the guy who does Scrooge. He
He's
was.
still alive.
Isn't he like a
Yeah.
95-year-old
He's old.
man or
'Cause
something?
have you seen Beverly Hills Cop 3?
Old as all hell.
He's Uncle Wally in that,
Dude, he must be the oldest dude.
or Uncle whatever the guy who owned the Disneyland thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Smash
There you go.
Brothers.
There
you
They
go.
announced
Smash
it.
Brothers.
There's 2 ones coming out: the DS game and
3DS.
3DS
Yeah,
game
the DS game and the 3DS game.
and the U game.
Wow, 3 platforms.
Wii U game.
So talking about 3DS
there's-
art style.
2 different art styles, and I really did not like the line on the. It has like a lot
I
of
kinda-
cell shading. I didn't like it, but
Really?
then I went to the website and looked at stuff like proper size. It looks good.
I think it looks really
it
clean.
looks
I
really
And I'm
like it.
sure
I
with
love
3DS
it.
specifically, once you see it on the 3DS
Yeah.
in 3D, it's gonna look great.
It looks
Well,
good.
they went over a couple things late, like not during the actual stream later, which was interesting because there's like an 8-minute kind of like Sakurai talking about the game, and they revealed some stuff like the 3DS and the Wii U version will not have the same levels. They'll have some overlapping levels, but there's going to be a lot of handheld game-based levels in the 3DS one, and a lot of console-based game levels on the Wii U one, which in a weird way, levels... I mean, there's really only so many things that can make a Smash Brothers game unique, so that actually might be more of a selling point
So,
than
yeah. So basically,
anyone's
they
going
said,
to give it credit
how can we
for.
sell this 2 copies of the game to the same person?
But that means there's no cross-platform play then, right?
Yeah, that's my guess. That's my big guess, which I was really surprising to me because I thought, I mean, they were doing that on the last system. It doesn't seem like it'd be that hard to do
How
here.
crazy would it be to play 4-player that and then have 4 other people in the room with their DS and have an 8-player brawl? Like,
that'd be nuts.
3DS. How crazy would that be?
That would be nuts.
Could be cool.
I am excited about the boxing ring level.
Yeah, that was cool.
That looks really fun.
Really clever.
You know.
Well, settle an argument for me, you guys.
Yeah.
The boxing level. What game's that from?
I'm gonna say Kirby.
I thought that as well. No one else is on my side.
What do you think,
Everyone
Punch-Out?
says it's Punch-Out.
I think it's Kirby. I would love it to be Punch-Out because I would love Little Mac to be a playable character.
Because a lot of people said, well, why wouldn't they just have Kirby and DDD jump in the ring in the middle? I'm like, well,
DDD's dumb.
They're showing off the game. It's Mario and Bowser, but I was convinced it was the wrestling
I
ring
took it right from that. Yeah.
from Kirby, but everyone kept saying Punch-Out.
Yeah.
Let's go Kirby.
Okay, so then the
Thanks, Percy.
three characters got introduced. First one was Villager from Animal Crossing. I highly recommend listening to the Sakurai interview. He explains those characters.
At
Goes
first,
in depth a lot.
at first not an exciting choice.
Oh, not at all.
Oh,
like,
seemed
what the
awful at
Yeah.
first.
But once he just tells you how to play as him, he seems like he's
Lot
going
of
to be a
unique
favorite.
stuff,
He's going to be a favorite for a lot of people. Okay. The other character, obviously, Mega Man. Earth-shattering
That
Mega Man,
was
finally.
hilarious.
Old-ass NES Blue Bomber fucking Mega Man.
He looks adorable.
It's crazy because I always associated Mega Man with Nintendo anyway.
Oh,
just
yeah,
earlier.
100%.
Most people
Surprised
do.
it took this long, but I'm happy it's there. So awesome.
I love the animation choices they made from his jumping and
His
sliding,
jumping.
his damage animation,
Yes.
His fucking sound effects.
his
Yeah.
sound effects.
Iconic.
Well, I love the trailer when Donkey Kong kills him, and then he's
Yeah.
like, you see him looking up, he's like destroyed, and he starts getting his powers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so.
the fireball and
Yeah.
it blows him on
Well, I
fireball.
guess like the metal.
The
And then he
leaf,
gets metal
the
blade.
leaf shield looks
metal
exactly
blade.
like the leaf
Yeah.
shield.
The metal blade, though, when he throws it and he almost hits Mario and coins fly
Yeah.
out of Mario,
Yeah.
like it's these little clever touches, and the game's not going to look like that because
I know, but still.
But it's such a great. There's one thing that the Smash Brothers can do is make the best trailers.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
every time you watch one, you're like, okay, that was really good. I know the good shit's coming. I know it's coming.
Yeah.
It's like you're addicted to it. Like when I was watching, I'm like, come on, Mega Man, come on, Mega Man. And they show the silhouette. I'm like, that's gotta be Mega Man. And then his head, they zoom in his helmet, and then all of a sudden you're like, yes, my life is complete.
Yeah, it was pretty. At first, when his helmet was off, I'm like, are they gonna do Mega Man?
I was afraid.
Legends
I was
version?
afraid it was gonna be that. I would have been so disappointed.
I'm like, well, is it based off the canceled 3DS game? Yay!
And then I saw his sprite in the 3DS version. He looked really good in that too.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and that's another character that like they break him down very in depth in the Sakurai thing. It's really interesting seeing how like they explain a lot of his playstyle.
he's a very unique character.
Well, as Villager and Mega Man, they're gonna be playable in the 3DS version too.
Yeah, both
Yes.
of them.
Okay.
A lot of people were mixed up because the box art shows like where they show Wii U version, Mega Man's there, and when they show 3DS version, it's the Villager, and so a lot of people were confused
Yeah,
whether they
it's
were.
gonna be on both.
Yeah, they're on both.
Now, how about old guest stars? Snake, Sonic.
There's another. There's
one
a
more
third character
they announced.
Oh,
this
trying
is
to
separate,
okay.
and it is crazy.
At first, I thought it was stupid,
I
and
thought it was
then the
a
more
joke.
I saw it, I love it.
Yeah,
now.
when you watch the video, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I understand why you did this.
Call back to earlier. The Wii Fit instructor girl that
She's a
shows you
playable
the
character.
yoga positions is a playable character.
And all her moves are moves from the game. Like
Really?
she does yoga stances, and it looks ridiculous. But it's kind of the best thing they could have done.
At first, I was like, "Is this a fucking prank? This is stupid." And then the more I saw it, and then I saw the video, I was like, "Oh my god, this is gonna be my main." I'm so excited for her now.
It's so
Man, that's a big deal, man.
yeah.
it's
I know.
really clever how
Nice
like
place.
I'm probably not going to pick her right away because she doesn't interest me as much as the other characters he introduced already.
Mega Man.
But the fact that they had the balls to be like, hey, we're just going to do something really weird and
Yeah.
see what happens. But if you watch the interview, they word it out a little better, and it makes it a more realistic character.
Yeah, it doesn't
why
feel
they chose.
silly.
It doesn't feel as silly as when I first saw the interview. I'm like, is that a joke? This has to be a joke.
When I tweeted about it, I had two friends tweet later like, "Oh, when Mike mentioned this, I thought he was joking. I'm seeing this on websites now."
Is that what they sound like real life?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, that's my friends all sound like.
Oh.
So that was Nintendo. I guess we should give our opinions.
Oh my god. All right, that was So
What are we rating it?
Okay, Nintendo.
In conclusion,
Did you watch it or no?
I tried to watch it when I could. Anyway,
Okay.
I had to refresh it like a billion times when I finally got there, I was like at the end of Mega Man.
Oh.
I was like, I missed the cool part.
I mean, you
up to
saw
it.
the part.
Yeah,
that
I had to go back and like watch it again later on YouTube, but it was fucking awesome. So I'll give them a 4.5.
I think 4 is high, but I'm gonna give them a 4 because I was just so excited by the end of it.
It's
But
riding on
only
Mega
by
Man.
like 3 or 4 games, and I'm excited. Not
Nostalgia.
excited enough to go out today and buy a
Right.
Wii U,
I'm gonna change it.
but I'm still excited. I love Smash. I'm a huge fan. I hope I have friends who play it because I don't have any friends who have a Wii U. So
Well, we'll get one somehow. I know a buddy whose girlfriend bought him one for Christmas. So worst case scenario, we'll invite you over.
Cool, because I want to play.
You're not invited.
But I'm gonna get
Percy.
it. I will get it first day on my 3DS.
Yeah,
no problem.
Yeah, that's what I plan
get
on
on my
getting
3DS.
to.
And then we need to have a LAN party
Do
or
it.
whatever.
Oh, a 3DS LAN party! Look at us.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
I'll give Smash Brothers a 5-star just because it's great to be excited for it. But to be honest, the rest of it, everything I liked, I had already seen. I liked Bayonetta 2. I'm still excited for Bayonetta 2. I liked Wonderful 101. I still like Wonderful 101. It's nothing I saw I didn't already know about, except for like obviously the specific reveals. So Smash Brothers kept me fucking excited. This is not for anyone, so I didn't even bring it up. It's a couple things about Pokemon really bummed me out.
Fairies? You have a problem with fairies?
I really hate the idea of adding a new type because there's some major problems with
Balance issues?
existing types. They don't need to be adding a new type. They need to be fixing what's already there. It's Pokemon inside bullshit.
Nuance and
So I'm
stuff.
not. Yeah, I'm not
That's
even.
some
How about the,
inside baseball there, but
This is me being Dean talking about basketball.
How about the Pokemon features or the Pokegachi, where you can kind of like play with your Pokemon, feed them, kind of thing?
Yeah, Nintendogs with Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna love the game, but I got bummed out by that. But overall, the conference didn't really do much for me. I can see why they didn't have a real show because
Totally.
they had like 3 things to show. But Smash Brothers has me fucking psyched. I'm really excited for that game. This stuff I already thought was cool still looks cool, so I guess stay the course. But yeah, I guess 2 stars overall. But I really like Smash Brothers.
went from numbers to stars.
Yep, I'm jumping to stars.
We're going all over the place. I'm gonna change my score 3.5.
Okay. Dean, thoughts?
Score, I'm going to go with like a grapey grape.
Oh, dope,
I think
dude.
so. Kind of switch it up a little bit.
How many auto pops out of 5?
Was super
Not-
grapey grape?
It's not quite like the margarita
Grapey
lime,
grape.
but like grapey grape's good, dude. 3.5. Did not bring a lot of heat as far as new stuff. I mean, a lot of no surprises. What they showed was very competent, good games. I'm excited for these franchises in HD, so just as an E3 event, like a 3.5. Personally, I'm kind of a little shocked. I would have thought that a little too early to tell, but I was kind of foreseeing a price drop, maybe. I mean,
I think we'll see it, but I don't think that's the type. You don't show that at E3 because that's them realizing they fucked up, not something to be excited about. So I think they'll talk about it later, but they're not going to.
Yeah, holiday season, because I mean, big picture, we're talking $50 price difference between Wii U and PS4.
You're already seeing retailers sending back their that news leak that GameStop's and Best Buy's just sending back their whatever the regular unit's called.
Ones, I think.
So we're going to see a price drop.
So great games look great. I'm excited for some of these HD franchises. Potentially might buy it first. We'll see what happens. So
I'm gonna take mine back down to a 3. they played it way too safe. Like
They had to.
I know.
They have nothing to show.
Yeah.
What's good though
It
is as
sucks.
soon as you hit, I think it's August, every month till the end of the year they have a major Nintendo release.
That's good. That's going to be good for them.
But and to that point, you are in a dry spell.
Yeah.
So.
But still.
Was it a successful E3 for Nintendo? Do you think they bit themselves in the foot with this?
If you
foot
don't
in,
have
out of the
anything to
water
show,
kind of thing?
the best thing you can do is just go, fuck it, we're not going to show up, and we'll show a couple things, and we have Smash Brothers. I think it's better that they did that than to... Remember 2010 or 8? I can't... Which was the one with the vitality sensor? 10? 2010?
Wow,
That was dumb.
Blacked that out.
That was such a bad... they literally had
nothing
to show.
Yeah.
They showed 2 games that never came out. They showed an accessory that never came out. They showed...
Was that the Wii Music year? Because that year was awful.
It was such a bad fucking show that
That
that's what this
vitality
show
sensor.
would have been if
You're right.
because they just had nothing to show. I think it's way better that they dialed it back, known quantities, and then Smash
Control your
Brothers.
message.
Yeah.
Hey, we just get 20-minute demos of Donkey Kong and then 20-minute demo of this game and 20-minute.
Oh,
it would not
yeah.
be good.
They would have dragged out
So-
way too. Yeah, so I think it was a good move for them.
Yeah, Nintendo, good move. You guys feeling pretty good? It's a little hot. Should we take a little 5-minute break? Air it
Yeah,
out?
sure.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
please.
We'll air it out. We'll catch you guys on after the break with some Sony news.
Grapey grape.
Nice.
Top stories on the drainage this week. Check out Percy's review of the Queen of the Stone Age's new album, Like Clockwork. Spark stainless steel shot glasses. And read the Ballin' on a Budget, the Big Island for Hawaii travel tips. Only on thedrainage.net. You're listening to The Dark Side of the Kingdom, a video game podcast brought to you by The Drainage. Check us out online at www.thedrainage.net.
And we are back. Dark Side of the Kingdom. We aired out the room. It's hot in here. We gotta, cooled off. It is a summer in Vegas.
Very gross, man. Stink.
Bear with us here. Sony news. I figure we're gonna talk about Sony. It's only gonna get hot. Percy's gonna start sweating here pretty soon.
Woo.
PlayStation Man. How do you feel? How do you feel?
Is that Percy's new nickname?
For the audience, I was
PlayStation
referring to Percy.
Man.
I was referring to Percy. I'll let you start it off, man.
Do you? I don't know what to start off with.
Games.
Goms. I'll start with. It was kind of weak sauce for the first half an hour or so.
I agree. It
45 minutes.
started
It was
off really slow.
I was like, It was kind of weird how they showed it off. I mean, they did eventually talk about movies and music and stuff like that, but they didn't touch on it for very long. Thank God.
Oh, the music guy was the worst.
Oh, you mean the world's gayest guy?
No, that wasn't what made it worse. He was, you clearly see he was reading a teleprompter and poorly while he was doing it.
He was like fumbling over his words.
Movies that we offer at Sony,
and apparently he did it with a lisp. So.
First day on the job.
It was so awkward.
Yeah, he was. Wasn't the best for
guy, dude. He was the gayest.
Distracting.
It was so. It was distracting because I have nothing against gay people, but that guy was so aggressively gay, and he was just like. So here we go. I'm the president.
It was very flamboyant, and it didn't help that he kept stumbling on his words too. So it's
mush mouth over there.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, it was kind of the first half or so was kind of
slow.
Yeah, it was kind of slow.
They started off with some Vita stuff, a lot of the Vita, but nothing really screamed out to me as far as Vita games.
Well, I mean, it's kind of cool that they're gonna be doing their. Just like the HD collections are coming out and they're gonna be playing.
It seems like the Vita is turning into the HD collection cross-play PS4 companion device. It's not really its own thing anymore, which I'm okay with. I bought one and I want to use it, so give me a reason to use it and I'll be happy. But it is a shame that it's not really. It doesn't seem like it's a dedicated handheld anymore. It's more just like hey, play PS2 games, or hey, play your PS3 games on the go.
Well, I think once the PS4X comes out, there will be.
I'll be really happy I own it when I own a PS4 as well.
Oh yeah,
but that's sort of shitty.
I mean,
in a way.
I know, but still, I mean, Killzone, the Mercenary thing.
Mercenaries looks good.
That looks fucking awesome.
Yeah. What else did they show? Because I don't remember anything like games for it. Like I don't know.
For the Vita?
Didn't write any down.
I don't think
Vita or just.
I don't think they specifically showed Vita stuff.
They touched about it, and they just kind of showed like I said, the HD collection stuff like that's coming out. They're gonna be able to play it on there, so nothing really too crazy. Mm-hmm. And then they kind of just, like I said, they went to talk about the music, movie stuff.
Yeah, a couple quick hits. There was like the Puppeteer platformer 2D game.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Puppeteer looks pretty interesting.
I thought it was weird that they showed not that Last of Us isn't going to be fine, but wasn't that sort of a waste of 3 minutes
out
to
when?
show?
Exactly.
I think
comes out
tomorrow.
It comes out Friday. They were just like, we got a lot of 10s on our reviews.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys should know that.
They had to show it
Oh,
off
also, kind of an exclusive.
We don't need to know about Last of Us. Everyone already knows. Yeah. Everyone's going to play it. Everyone loves it.
It got reported on Yahoo.com and CNN. Wow. We know it's good.
Yeah.
People who shouldn't know it's good know it's good.
I guess we were wondering last week whether it was too dark, too grim. Looks like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
People are psyched for the new now.
The new.
Rain plays Ghosts. Did you guys see that? What was that thing?
I think Rain's a game that looks like it's looked cool for a
while.
Oh,
that's the Ghost. Yeah. I thought that was a demo.
It seemed like it was
this is what our system can do.
Spiritual successor to Eco, kind of that
it's
school of design.
That kind of.
It felt like an Unfinished Swan type game to me.
Yeah. Downloadable,
it felt
maybe.
Unfinished was the right way to say that.
Hey, there you go. I like it.
I like it. It looks cool. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure where the story's gonna go, but I don't know.
Or even the gameplay. It was kind of like a cool, quick montage. I'm not sure what the gameplay.
I think it's more that that's an indie game that people have been following for a while, so they just want to remind people, like, hey, it's not gone.
Yeah. That's the indie thing is something that was really cool that they touched on, and they had all the different
5 of them on stage.
Well, it's like it was like so they all showed them, and they all were playing their own games throughout the whole. That was really fucking cool.
Well, and they showed some games I didn't know were in development. They got the guys that worked on the Scott Pilgrim's game.
Yeah,
they're making a new game, which I'm sure you loved. It's like a throwback Contra Metal Slug type game.
Wait for that.
Awesome.
They do awesome 2D sprite design.
Yeah,
very cool art style.
Yeah, all that stuff looks really, really good.
Everything they showed.
I was surprised for the Abe's Odyssey. I didn't know they were making a new HD.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that stuff. So, and it started on PlayStation, so it's kind of cool. It's coming back.
It's kind of going full circle.
I think they're kind of going the route of Steam, where it's like, we like indies. We want indies. We bring your indies here. Yeah. Self-publish them. Rock it hard.
They know it's that it. If you get even one Minecraft, it can make your system
easily.
So and people are all about indie games lately. So why not just be the home that indie game people want to come to? Yeah. Like you know they're going to go to Steam, and last generation they went to Xbox. Be the console go-to place for indie games, and that's Sony's pushing that real hard.
Especially like next-gen new system, have some great games at launch, $15.
Yeah, tons of awesome. Like let someone spend the same price they'd spend on one $60 game on 4 indie games, and all of a sudden people are like, oh, great, what is this stuff?
Yeah, it's looking really awesome. A lot of the stuff they showed off, like that Don't Starve game, looked pretty cool. And those guys out on PC.
It's already out. That game's awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. It's by the guys that made it's a Clay
Shank.
Yes.
Yeah. Was it Octodad? Is that something?
That game looks crazy.
Alex,
I've
heard
it looks weird
cool
as fuck.
About
but
that game.
Is there like there's like some cachet there with
that guy has a lineage of making weird bullshit.
Yeah, it looked weird, and
that's why
I want to
interested.
try it.
I like weird indie games, and they're taking a chance.
Oh, so you like indie games?
Yes. Well, there's only so many side-scroll pixel art games you can make that are indies, so it's nice to have something a little bit more different. You know what I mean? But that was refreshing. I hope that the PSN lets the publishers do like deals like Steam does. It's like, hey, today, this day only, we're selling our game half off only on Tuesday.
Even
how cool would that be?
Well,
even Sony's current version has been doing a lot of that stuff. Just obviously, you can't set your own price, but Sony's been super cool with working with people and doing a lot of sales.
No, they said for the new system, they can set their own price.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, it seems like the direction they're going to go, so I think that's really, really smart.
That's awesome. Then because they're doing cool sales now on the PS3. It's like random sales, like today flash sales, today only, we're going to be selling this for.
And ridiculous discounts with your PS Plus.
Yeah, exactly.
Being able to being able to set a normal price, but set your own PS Plus price, that's a really interesting promise as well.
That's interesting. The PlayStation Plus, there's a $5 a month pay system now, right? Or what's that about?
Well, for everyone, if you want to play online now, you have to have PlayStation Plus.
How do you feel about that? Is that
I don't care because I already pay for it. And the cool thing about it as well is it goes for your Vita, your PS4, and your PS3, and whatever you have. It's all one price, and it goes for all those.
I paid for Xbox Live for 8 years, and it's barely worth the price. So I'll gladly pay for something that it seems like they are really trying to add value to that.
Actually,
and it does.
It's kind of funny because they hit it at the very end. Quick Microsoft thing. Are they going to copy that now? Did you hear that?
Yeah, they're copying the.
They are straight up copying it.
Okay,
but they're choosing really old.
They're doing because they can't do the new ones. They're going to they're going to catch up. Because the people who are going to really benefit from this are the people who have Xbox who don't get the new 360 yet.
Yeah,
because it was like Halo 3.
So they're going to wait a while, but they're taking it because what PlayStation offers is unparalleled to this point.
And the second PS Plus came out, people started realizing like, oh, I don't get anything for my Xbox Live subscription. Can you guys please give me something? In fact, they lock stuff behind that they shouldn't.
You get the ability to have a subscription to a service you can't use unless you pay for another subscription.
Nice. That is fucking bullshit. Like I pay for Netflix. Let me watch some fucking Netflix.
Plus, when you look at the stuff they're going to be doing, like the downloading, playing something while you're downloading, and all the Gaikai stuff, like if that was free, I never did. Anyone expect them to not charge you for it, considering what they were going to have to do? It sort of felt like something I assumed. I just didn't have confirmed, so it didn't burn me. Really,
you're going to have a lot of people who are going to be butthurt about it, but when it comes down to it, the benefits you're getting with it are totally worth it, and you can still play any of your old single-player games without it.
So. And it sounds like you can still download demos, download games. You just can't literally play online, which, again, considering the price and what you're getting for it, I don't think that's really a bad thing at all.
Cool. Indie classic Bastion.
They did approach it weird.
Yeah.
How they chose to approach the whole concept was like, hey, it's on the slide, but we're gonna kind of skirt it.
Yeah, but I mean,
It doesn't bother me though, but I'm sure that's the main.
it would have been smarter
The
to just be
burns
like,
from
hey,
people.
that's a thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's what Microsoft people are using
Yeah.
for ammo right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Transistor,
Yeah,
which is bad. The Bastion guy, Supergiant Games
Yep.
new thing.
I'm excited.
It was
cool.
That when I mentioned earlier that
Oh, yeah.
Sony and Microsoft were both sort of like trading blows of like, hey, that used to be their guy and now it's our guy. Like having Supergiant Games on stage was kind of like a little like, hey,
fuck you.
they were all about the Xbox and now look at they're on our stage. Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
I'm just glad there's still a Supergiant Games because after the whole acquisition stuff, it could have been closed.
Totally could have.
So we're lucky that they're still around.
Well, I'm glad. Not completely.
And Transistor looks fucking sick.
Yeah.
It does.
Beautiful
look awesome.
art. Beautiful. art.
Beautiful art, and then just like voice acting. It's just, their polish is very nice.
I'm just a fan of Greg Kasavin. You guys know who he is, right?
Yeah.
Giant Bomb is the thing where they have him play Elder Scrolls
Yeah.
for the first 24 hours or whatever before the game comes out. I look forward to it. I
I-
can't wait for the
I
next Elder
love
Scrolls just to
that.
have him do it again because it's so entertaining.
I'm also a fan of hot chicks on motorcycles in the future with
Yes.
big swords.
Always good. Well, they also had they showed off some exclusives. Well, very few, but whatever. The Order, which was I think Santa Monica.
Oh yes,
Studios
Ready at
and
Dawn's new
Ready
game.
at Dawn.
I think they didn't show. They said that was in engine, but they're not showing the gameplay. It's going to be a third-person action game. It seems derivative, but it also looked like I love the setting. It was a
It
really
looked
really
cool.
cool setting.
Steampunky.
Because Ready at Dawn makes good
steampunk.
stuff. They've always been
They had futuristic weapons from
It
the
was
1880s.
Like
Steampunky.
there's electricity going on.
It was
Steampunky. Just 'cause
Need
it's not-
steam.
No, it doesn't.
It
wasn't
was steampunky.
No, it wasn't.
It was, I'm throwing
Either
a
way,
Y
either
at
way,
that.
the game looks awesome.
It was
and
steampunkish.
It
That's-
reminds me
get
of
the
a
fuck-
Van Helsing feel to things where he
Yeah.
has future weapons for the time period.
Yeah, Victorian with.
It could be really
fancy
cool.
I'll take Victorian.
Or like it's kind of like the new Gears
Stand
type.
firm.
shit.
It looks cool. I mean,
What they showed looked cool, and it's a studio. It's two studios working together that both have a really good track record.
I heard something that's like werewolves or something.
They're werewolves.
Yeah,
Super
But I'm sure there's
Natural
gonna be other
vibes.
monsters too. I think.
Yeah,
Cool.
kind of excited actually. Should be pretty cool. Aid.
I wrote.
And then they showed off like Mad Max.
at first I didn't give a shit, and then I found out Avalanche was making it, and I was like, this game could be fucking sick.
What else did Avalanche do?
Just Cause.
Yeah, I'd play that.
Actually, I heard it's
Think
like
about the Just Cause guys making a vehicular-based open world.
It's already crazy.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I heard
it's
it was
gonna
like-
be cool.
Yeah, I heard it was like Just Cause. There's no parachutes.
But yeah, I'd imagine half the people who watch the stream, maybe a little less than that, have no idea who Mad Max is in general.
Yeah. Well, and no one knows who Avalanche is.
I hope. I think it would be cool if they get Mel, even though he'd get hate, if they get Mel Gibson to voice him.
That'd be cool.
Dude,
Just
that's
says the
great thing.
N-word. Take he just says the N-word. The voice acting doesn't match. Like, come on, Mel. read what's in front of you.
I still would like that. Keep it authentic, like they did with the Warriors.
But the
that
trailer
was-
itself
that was
looked.
fucking
It had a cool tone. It had an interesting tone.
definitely
and,
dark and gritty.
Like, obviously, they didn't see any gameplay, but when you realize Avalanche is working on it, it's really easy to assume what that game could
That's
be.
funny because I actually do not even remember this at all. So I must have been looking at something else.
It was
This
relatively
blip.
quick. It was a car.
Yeah.
You didn't see his face. It's his foot on this guy who's dying. He's like, oh.
The guy's
Interesting.
like, "Kill me, please!" And he opens up a shotgun, realizes he only has one bullet,
No.
says no, and then
That
he's
was
like, "Oh, why
fucking
wouldn't he
cool.
kill
That
me?"
was
And then you see him running up, and he just runs over him.
That was awesome. Then they showed off Dark Sorcery.
That was a
From,
tech demo.
Oh, that's a
weirdness.
tech demo,
yeah,
yo.
no, well, no, it's supposed to be like,
Sorcery.
like
No,
some
no, it's not a real game. It's
What
just a
would
tech
they-
demo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was-
it's just the Heavy Rain dudes showing off.
It was pretty cool.
It was
though.
the
Like,
old man's head from the
Yeah,
reveal,
I
but with
saw
a body, and
Yeah.
a black guy playing a goblin. That black guy goblin was dope.
Little jive talking goblin.
It was kind of funny, but
It was pretty funny.
I don't know. They were just trying to make it a little more lighter by that time of it because
It
it
was
was
weird.
So,
It
it's
felt
kind of a
weird.
slog to that point. You know what I mean? You're just like, okay. Oh, that's kind of funny. It was funnier than the quest for loot stuff or whatever that.
Yeah.
Yeah, agree.
But still,
Yeah, why wasn't he falling down more? That's what I was like. Well, this guy should fall down. It'd be so funny.
then they finally showed off Final
Beyond?
Fantasy.
Well, there you go.
Oh yeah, dude, how different does
versus-
Beyond? Like,
Beyond-
what
I-
is this game?
I think Beyond's the new Metal Gear.
Like, it's
Is it not the new Metal
There
Gear?
was clearly cover based.
It's different. It is so different now. When I saw that, I'm like, when did this become a stealth game?
That's,
I thought it's about Ghost.
A lot of people were saying that,
so
like Metal
like-
Gear.
What is Beyond?
The new Heavy
Ellen
Rain
Page game
These
where
fucking
Ellen Page
names
is
are-
actually in it.
little too vague now. These names are a little too singular, a little too vague.
Oh yeah, totally. You're totally right.
Rain.
They're so nondescript. Like it should just be the one game with Ellen Page. The game.
I thought I knew what that game was going to
Page
be.
the game.
Well, the problem is when you guys were talking about the
fucking...
Xbox games, you're like this title and this thing. I'm like, what game is?
Well, I don't think it changed. I think it's just that like now we were getting context.
No, they
of the
changed.
world.
They I think they had huge changes in it.
I mean,
it has to.
It's all like military.
That first trailer is so different.
It'll be interesting to see because she was on the run from someone. And remember, the military shows up at the very end of that one. What we could have seen today was the start. They're where the game starts,
exactly.
And what we saw way
I don't
before
know,
was
man.
way later.
I feel like there was a huge change in the development.
Either way, I have no idea what that game is now because everything I've seen is so weird.
Is that a
different.
future game? I mean, 360, PlayStation 4.
PS3.
I'm lost.
It's PS3.
I know it's PS3.
Then I
but
really
is it
have no
both?
idea what's going on.
Because I don't know. There's something to it. Like the character design too is a little glossy, a little glassy.
Yeah.
It seemed like the Uncanny Valley more so in the bright desert landscape. I don't know. It seemed a little
Also,
more
since
jarring.
it's
a little more
based directly
jarring.
off a person that we quote know
Yeah.
or seen, it
And
makes
who
it a
is
little
voiced
weird.
by,
Yeah,
too.
so it makes it a little weird.
Yeah, digital Willem Dafoe is like the scariest monster I
I
saw
know.
all day.
Alright, it's getting hot again, guys. Final Fantasy. Do we
Yes.
jump there?
Dude, they brought
Delayed for
Versus,
years.
Versus had been dead for so long. They brought it back. They changed it to a core Final Fantasy. I might sound like asshole fanboy, but that game looks fucking. That game looked awesome
He was
back when
using
they.
magic in that, right? Is that
Yeah.
what was going on? Yeah, that looks good.
Character
It looked
designs.
fucking
good.
cool back when it was a PSP game, and it looks fucking cool now that it's not.
Now is it versus 13?
No,
Versus
it's not.
15?
No, now it's just
It's-
called
it-
15. It's
yes.
a core Final Fantasy
Oh,
15 now.
They just
It's not
destroyed
even
it. It's not,
Versus.
yeah.
Nope,
it's not-
they
got
ditched
rid
the
of the name.
title and
I
just
thought it
gave
was versus in the conference.
Oh, no, logo.
show.
It
said
started.
Versus.
It said versus.
Oh.
Then it explode. The logo explodes and 15 comes.
I missed that too because everyone kept calling it 15. I'm
Yeah,
like, when
yeah.
did they change the name? And then someone's like, go back and watch. They change it at the end.
It's very clever.
This could be
It's
huge
cool how they did that.
for
And then they-
Square. They can actually make a good Final Fantasy game. That's
It's
like,
weird being excited for a Final
I
Fantasy
know.
game.
I-
Agreed,
It's been a long
agreed.
time.
I mean, this looks really
13?
like all action and.
Fantasy
like
13?
13 was a bummer. 12 was the last one I liked a lot.
It was a little. I didn't care for like the 20-hour tutorial in the beginning.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. After the 20 hours, it gets
The
really
first
good.
30
a game
hours
should
of that
not
game-
be 20 hours to get really good.
Yeah, it opens up after 30 hours.
It's like, yeah, okay.
But
I don't got time for that bullshit.
I don't know if you. It seems like an acquired taste, but I really like the core entries in the Kingdom Hearts games. I think they're really fun action RPGs. Also, just the idea of Disney cross Final Fantasy is just a weird premise. And what they showed, I thought looked fucking really
It
cool.
looks so dope. I
It-
cannot wait for the new.
it looked
I love
really
Kingdom Hearts
clean.
in general.
Yeah.
I haven't dug the handheld titles. I like the
Yeah, they're not
GBA
that
one,
good.
but I didn't like any of the 3DS ones. The PSP one was good, but
The
not
names
great.
are so ridiculous, like
terrible
366
names.
Yeah,
days or
they're
some shit.
horrible at the name. And I mean, to be fair, the stories are a convoluted fucking mess.
Are
but
they
they're,
releasing
they're a
HD
lot of fun.
collections too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I cannot wait to replay those.
But
And I
Kingdom
think-
Hearts 3 looked really, really cool, and I was like, oh my god, do I
Yeah.
care about Square Enix games that aren't made that aren't called Tomb Raider?
But they dropped the this game in development line. When's this coming out? 2 years? 3 years?
Ooh, hopefully less than 2 years.
Considering how long they were working on it before, it depends because it was a handheld game before, and
Yeah.
now it's not.
It looked good.
But it looked fucking. Did you see the extended gameplay trailer?
I didn't see anything extended afterwards.
Dude, this game looks so fucking sick. You should watch the extended gameplay trailer. This game looks so goddamn. It looks like they're mixing action RPG style Kingdom Hearts combat with like Bayonetta Devil May Cry combat. But
Do you
it's
think
an RPG.
Haley Joe Osment is still gonna be Sora?
Oh, he's getting pretty old. Huh?
He has a deeper voice, but Sora should be older at this point, right?
I think he is.
I mean, then again, Lance Bass is the voice of Sephiroth in the first one, and they fucking jumped away from that, so they have no problem changing voice actors. Weird.
I did
right?
not know that.
Weird, right?
He's
Now
blew
you
his
know.
mind again.
If you don't know, now you know.
But yeah, Kingdom Hearts kind of it's dumb, and I know a lot of people don't give those games
Yeah, why did you finish
props because they seem goofy, but I was excited.
Yeah, I love Kingdom Hearts. It's one of those things. It's hard to get people into that game because they're just first right away they're like, it's so kiddie. And it's way deeper than that.
Yeah.
It's so addicting. The story is fabulous, and when you see the king, and you're like, oh my god, here's
Yeah.
Mickey. You're excited. And you're like, why am I excited for Mickey
It's-
Mouse?
It's so fun when
It's
you
just
go to the different worlds.
crossover.
And the combat is really, really good.
Yeah.
And I already had an idea for their commercial they should totally do. Have it filmed in Disneyland and have all these kids around and they all grab their keyblades and then run to the center of Disneyland. How cool would that be?
That would be
for
fucking
like
super
this,
cool.
Like, trailer for like.
That'd be
just
that'd be
running through
goddamn
Disneyland
cool.
There's
You gotta be careful. You're giving away too many freebies.
I know.
You got this
That's
idea.
a
You
great
gotta stop.
idea.
You
I gotta
stop.
pull back. I edited it out. People in great I won't say the name of it. Amazing app. Anyways,
I'm working on an app, but I don't know how to program. If you know how to program, email me at hatemail@enhmars.com.
I mean, we kind of hit a lot of the big tiers. I mean,
yeah, I mean all the big stuff. I mean, they kind of just glossed over like the new Killzone.
Well, they rather than showing the stuff they revealed at the PS4 reveal, they just said, "Hey, it's still around. Check it out at the show." I watched that stuff independently. The new Infamous looks good.
Yeah.
Killzone looks really good.
I read about the new Infamous.
Is looking
awesome. There's a lot of things. Like when I first saw it, I thought he just had fire powers. No, he's rogue. He can steal other people's powers.
He starts off as like fire dude, and then he's like he can turn into smoke and he uses a lot of fire. But then he goes and starts. Yeah, he
absorbs other people's powers.
He can get anybody else's powers.
And it's based on the canon where, spoiler alert, Cole's dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is and how they got that decision is amazing. What they did is they did a survey on the trophies to see which one people picked more, and that's what the one they picked for canon.
Well, if you look at the ending, even the
Sick.
setup of this game is exactly what was in the ending. The whole future being crazy, and there's a lot more of us out there than I thought. But like even graphically, like there's this part where he's fighting dudes and he accidentally hits a newspaper thing, and you see the papers all fly around and kind of float down to the ground, and you realize like next gen is here because it seems simple, but it looks so natural and real and ambient and adds a lot to the environment, and things are breaking in a real way. The trees and the lighting, and you go, oh, okay, open world titles can be fucking sick on this new generation.
It's the destruction that helps out a lot, because usually destruction now is like big chunks of building. Now it's like little tiny pebbles that are flying
it all
around.
looks really good, and it seems like destruction is a big part of this new one. But you guys should watch this an extended gameplay trailer of it, and I think it's like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, something like that, and it's really good.
Yeah, definitely one of the licenses I missed out owning 360. It was like one of the prized PS3 exclusives.
It felt like a cult game because I always I really loved it, but it wasn't really the one that people ever talked about.
It wasn't Uncharted.
Yeah,
I loved 1. I didn't beat 2. I just got sick of 2. I just story-wise, I just get to 1. I'm like, I don't have to finish this. But 1, I was super into. I loved the surprise ending at 1. It was so clever. You get to the end, you're like, that is really clever.
It was good. I loved 1 and 2. Even like the Halloween DLC.
Yeah, I heard that's really fun.
Yeah, you can buy it without owning Infamous 2.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good.
Self-deployable.
Awesome.
Percy and I both have the Infamous backpack, actually.
Hell yeah.
That was rather comical when you guys came in for the first show.
First time I met you, I was like, oh, nice backpack, bro. Then I showed him my dick.
And I laughed.
And he pulled it out.
Let's see.
Whoa, interesting.
Whoa.
Not impressed with the
Dark Side of the Kingdom. Whoa.
And it's getting hot again.
Oh, it's very hot.
No more games. I mean, we hit the
It
names.
gets hot when he takes his dick out.
We have to go to break. We have to
God damn it.
enjoy.
Anyway, go on. Sorry.
Let's talk heavy hitters. Let's talk the bullet points of the conference.
All right. Well,
maybe we should just let Percy do this one.
Well,
Percy, stand on the chair. Feel free to.
I will follow.
Hold on. Can you put your Xbox on the ground so he could teabag it while he says this stuff?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, can you play We Are the Champions while they talk?
Oh, it'll go back.
Well,
it's a
it all
PlayStation
started off
theme.
like definitely the jabs, and like I said, like I think an hour and 30 minutes in or something. Jack Trent, they started talking about game sharing, and all this stuff, and it definitely went over the crowd pretty well.
Well, I like how they
No
slow rolled
DRM.
it.
Yeah.
They could have just been like, and guess what, motherfuckers? We're not doing this. We're not. They really subtly, like, they were just talking, and then they're like, oh, and here's the next slide.
Jack Trenton.
We're never gonna.
His class.
Well, the way Jack Trenton
is a fucking folk hero champ.
He is awesome. He knows what the fuck he's doing.
He's just like, oh yeah, we're not going to require any online connections. And people are like, oh, and he kind of let them realize. And they're like cheering, and he's like, yeah, go ahead.
That was one of the loudest.
It was
things,
awesome.
Best responses I've ever heard in an E3.
Yeah,
ever.
so cool.
Yeah, they start cheering for like 25 seconds, and then he goes, oh, and by the way, we can play used games. Oh, it's completely. People start chanting Sony.
Yeah,
Sony,
it's crazy.
Sony. And I was like, whoa.
But there are some slight caveats, though, that they did not go over that was released later.
Of course.
Third-party games can still do DRM stuff. It's totally up to them.
It's up to them.
But at the same time that you can do that now.
Yeah, I know. True. Sony, though, of all their games, first
all their
party,
first-person
party,
games.
You're required not to,
Yeah.
but still third parties can do it if they want to.
I think no one's going to be ballsy enough except for the few people like
EA.
the Capcoms of the world.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I think EA is actually not going to because they got rid of
they stopped
online passes for a reason. I think that
they got rid
need
of it
to,
because
they need to
required
save
to have
face
it.
for a while.
They got rid of it because PlayStation now requires you to have your PS Plus to use it, so that money's going towards the server.
So what I think you're going to see is like the really, really greedy people like the Capcoms and stuff might go, it's a new generation, we'll do something sort of similar and see if people just go, oh, it's a new generation, we'll take it. But for the most part, I don't think you're going to see too many people playing foul. It's just going to be...
It's a dangerous game, man. Because
it's crazy. It's fucking crazy that they were like, fuck it, no, we're... Like, I honestly went into that thing assuming, well, they have to do it. It's just, hopefully they handle it better than Microsoft.
Yeah,
I did not expect them
The reason
to go,
why
nope.
the reason why I thought they had to do it is because Microsoft came out early. They said that they were going to do it. I mean, why would they not say it earlier?
Well, Microsoft
Save the
is
ammunition.
really laying it on thick that publishers were pressuring them, which I think is true, but now I think if they weren't pressuring them as much as they led... I think that was more their cop-out excuse that I'm sure it happened, but it couldn't have been that bad or else Sony would have also done it.
Well, I mean, it was just kind of cool, though, as well. I mean, they kind of let Microsoft, dig their own grave, really. Like, they kept spitting out stuff, and then when people were asking Sony, they're like, oh, we don't, they weren't answering anything.
Yeah.
Until now, then they just fucking...
Well, again, I love they slow-rolled it. They could have made it a huge deal, but they let all of us get excited and go, oh, my God, no way.
Yeah.
And... It was, and I love the wording. They worded it all in ways where it was direct jabs.
It was like
it wasn't just like, oh, this is how we're going to do it. It was like,
and you don't have to go on every
if you want to
24
play,
hours.
if you want to play offline, you can.
All exact Microsoft wordings of things.
It was awesome. It was.
And then he starts talking about value, and he's like, yeah, we're going to have a real high value, $100 cheaper.
Jesus.
And it's like, what?
I was shocked.
But how they
The
did
price,
it, though, was still very tasteful. They weren't totally dicks about it.
Yeah.
I mean, there was jabs there, but it wasn't like
it was
go
more
fuck
that
yourself.
they wanted the
might as
audience
well
to
have
be
been, no.
happy.
Yeah.
And if that meant taking a couple jabs,
No,
so be
the
it. But they
way-
weren't trying to be dickheads.
The way they did the jabs was they set it up, they build them up like,
Yeah.
hey, you can do that. We're not doing that. Hey,
Yeah.
you can't. We're not doing that.
Not us.
And then the final punch, you're like, and we offer the best value, and we will continue to offer the best value. $3.99.
I mean,
$3.99.
I think once that.
They should have said $3.99. Drop the mic. Walk the fuck off
That's all they
stage.
need to do.
Well, did you see
do
Trenton on game
keep-
trailers later? They gave him a mic to drop at the end of his
Really?
interview, so he could drop the mic and then leave.
The internet
my God.
absolutely
he
loved
grabbed it,
this.
he threw it behind him.
Love
He
this
didn't know
thing.
what the fuck it was.
Yeah, they afterwards, like the response instantly. I mean, Sony
Yeah.
instantly
The best
won.
response I've had from my friends was all the people were like, posted on Facebook, just pre-ordered PlayStation on Amazon. Just pre-order
Yeah.
PlayStation on Amazon.
Yeah.
Like left and right, all these people. I'm like,
I did it immediately.
I did it.
Pre-order.
I knew I saved money for my tax return to buy one of the systems.
oh, I didn't do it. I'm gonna do it. Is it sold out already on Amazon?
It might be.
I don't know. I did it immediately. I know I'm a GameFly guy, and my decision was kind of made for me.
Yeah,
I knew how much I wanted to spend. I knew that I do a lot of GameFly games. I mean, even if I didn't like the PS4 as much as the Xbox One, my mind was being made up for me just by the decisions they're making. But also, I mean, I really like a lot of stuff they're doing.
Let's be honest. The games didn't scream out to me. I mean, it's definitely a financial, the big idea decision reason why.
They seem more specific, but at the same time,
You're getting like
you're not gonna have as good of a video game show as the person who spent literally their entire show only talking games.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense. Plus, they showed a lot of games at their reveal, and Microsoft didn't show any. So when you look at both of their shows combined, they kind of even out. More games in the reveal, less games in the reveal. More games at the show, less games at the show.
Decisive, man. Insane. Insanity.
It
It got me to pre-order my PS4.
It was
And I
Microsoft's
bet
game
a lot
to
more
lose.
people did. Literally, they stopped what they were doing got on their phone, smart app for Amazon, and pre-ordered.
I had my
right away.
money in cash. I'd been keeping. I spend my money too much when it's in my bank account, and I can just easily spend it.
I'm like the opposite.
I pulled it out of my drawer. I drove to the bank. I deposited it, and I pre-ordered the system.
Awesome. I mean, can you imagine what the people at Xbox, like their faces once that
Dude,
price
they
was
must have
announced?
felt so. Well, like I said earlier, it's. Sony must have been so fucking excited when they saw that.
Yeah, they had
but
to.
the exact opposite. Microsoft must be like, oh dear fuck, are you kidding? Oh god. But here's the thing.
It's bad.
Unless they
It's
already
bad.
knew it was coming, because if you follow Polygon, Giant Bomb, and Destructoid, all mentioned that they had meetings set up with Microsoft to talk about stuff. All of them got completely canceled with no explanation 2 or 3 days before E3. Now, I'm being speculation guy right now,
conspiracy theories.
What's the last thing you want to do?
Joe conspiracy
is talk to the press after
the first Joe reference today.
Well, I had to. Joe conspiracy. Go on.
Oh yeah, Joe conspiracy. I don't want to be Joe conspiracy.
It's your new name for today.
Thanks for reminding me, man. I haven't been making any Joe anything.
Joe,
jokes.
what the fuck?
But the last thing you're going to want to do is listen to everybody not talk about your system and ask you, what do you think about Sony? What do you think about Sony? So there's a chance that maybe they knew what Sony was doing, and that's why they put their price out there. Because the only thing worse than Sony putting their price out there and it being lower is you not putting a price at all, Sony putting it out as lower, and then you have to announce it later and it's higher. So they just said, fuck it, we know what their price is. Yeah. We'll put ours out. We're going to have to eventually, so why wait around?
Okay, it could be that, or it could be all the bad feedback they're still getting from the DRM stuff, and people are being like, oh, because there was a press release prior to it.
That 3-page
the 3-page
weird thing
that everybody was reading on the internet and having a shit fit about.
Making it even more confusing
making
in a lot of ways. Confusing.
No one understands at all.
They canceled all the interviews because they don't have answers yet, 100% answers. And if you can't interview them, they can't give you the answers, and they just want to focus. All they want to do
talk about their games.
Talk about games. Because the only way they're going to survive is through their games.
I think yours actually makes more sense.
Yeah,
it's an interesting angle to think about. Like maybe it was something they knew.
Kind of. Well, no, it makes sense.
Guys, can you shut up and let Ian tell us all these great things?
Everyone, shut the fuck up.
We usually we save the last 20 minutes for Ian's soapbox. So it's your platform.
That makes a lot of sense. You don't want some guy out there not knowing every answer to everything. It's like,
well, that guy what happened after their own thing. When
exactly.
Everyone was answering differently.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what you said earlier, what's really crazy is I was listening to another interview with a Sony exec, and all their questions were talking about their thoughts on Microsoft and Microsoft's policies. And the only thing they could say is, well, we don't know what Microsoft policies are. We don't know how Microsoft would respond and that kind of stuff. So they were kind of answering the same questions that they were going to be asked anyway.
Still playing it off.
So it was still playing off in an interesting way. But one thing that they didn't mention is apparently the camera is separate on the PlayStation.
Yeah. Yes.
But it's only like $40.
Yeah, it's only $50.
$50. $60. But do you need it?
No.
Okay, then I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of on the same thing. This might not be a big thing to you guys, but what I noticed was it's so small, but having a headset in the box with the 360
makes a huge difference. I hope they do that.
Yeah, you know what they did? They are. They confirmed in the box comes with a headset. They're even showing it. Yeah.
Thank God.
It made such a big difference. Even though you could use Bluetooth headsets and gamer headsets and stuff, one of the weird things about playing online with PS3 is no one was ever on a fucking mic. Yeah. And everyone on the 360 was on a mic. Now, a lot of that was the way Xbox Live worked. It was better integrated. But just the idea of having a headset in that box made such a big difference. I was really happy that even though they didn't make a big deal about it, when I saw, it will be, they're showing it, thank you, and it comes with an HDMI cable as well, as long as we're bringing up what's in the box. But it comes with a headset.
Wow, they're actually giving a cable, a video game system giving you an HDMI. Yeah.
They waited till HDMI cables were finally ubiquitous. Everybody has them. Yeah. We'll give you one.
I think it's really, really smart for them to include that headset, especially when it seems like they're trying to make something as comparable as Xbox Live was. It would be unwise to rely on everybody to have that Bluetooth headset and sync it up and hope it's give us even if it's shitty, give us something out of the box that we can use immediately. I think that's really, really smart of them.
It's going to be awesome. I mean, speaking of what's inside the box.
Yeah, my dick in a fucking hot chick's box. What up, Mike Steele?
Get all randy at the end of the show.
Yeah, I'm getting.
God dang.
Sony gets them all hot and bothered.
Yeah.
Joe Testosterone over here.
Yeah.
All right, we
Joe Fatcock over here. What up? Joe Fatcock. That's gonna be my new rap name.
Joe Fatcock. All right.
On Twitter.
Yeah, hit me up at Joe Fatcock.
Oh, God damn.
Not to be confused
I
with
guarantee
Fat Joe.
there's someone called Joe Fatcock.
There has to be.
Yeah, of course.
What did you guys think of actually seeing what the PS4 looked like finally?
I liked that it was small.
I like how it's small, but it looks like an Xbox.
It's an Xbox except with that
the best
slant.
thing I heard is the PS3 is the Xbox italicized.
Oh, wow.
That's funny.
I saw someone go, I like that they put a different slant on things.
Hey.
Well, then there was the racist one where they're like, clearly an Asian designed this.
Racist moment of the
They
week.
had some of the best and fastest.
Joe Fatcock's racist moment of the week.
They had some of the best internet memes.
I
already.
hate Joe
Have you guys looked at any of those yet?
The
Just
putting the
Xbox
system
Sony?
on
Yeah,
someone's face.
And just
You see the LeBron dunk where he stopped that guy from dunking and one with Microsoft and one with Sony?
This is hilarious.
I will say, I gotta give it to him. The best thing I saw was an official Sony video. The
Oh my
sharing
God.
tutorial was fucking
I feel
gold.
like they're
haven't
not
seen this.
making
You
him
didn't see it.
They're not. Oh shit! I almost feel like. Can you like pause it so we can bring up the video so he can like watch it?
Yeah, we can
You'll love it.
It's worth it.
Yeah, your phone's probably better.
This is how you share your games on PS4. Thanks.
And we're back.
That was hilarious and totally
There you have
worth
it,
it.
Ian.
That was worth it.
It was worth it, breaking the show. I mean, the balls of Sony to put that out there. That's an official
Oh my
Sony
God.
video.
Yeah,
Seriously,
it's
they're coming
pretty
out balls
great.
swinging.
Pretty great. You could kind of tell that they did it like that morning. It was like in the back of like an E3 presser.
Yeah, they did it
Sheet.
there, and someone
Yeah.
was like feverishly putting it together.
I would love to see the PowerPoint before they did the show because I bet you they had different slides for different things depending on what happened with Microsoft.
I wonder what the differences were like based on what Microsoft says. This is when we talk about the price and the connectivity stuff. If they don't, to like this is what we do say, this is what we don't say. Was this on or off the air that I mentioned that Michael Pachter knew a dude?
Yeah, you told us.
Okay.
That was off the air.
Yeah. Oh, was it?
Hydra discussed.
Well, either way, really quick. Hopefully, I'm not repeating myself. Michael Pachter said he had a Sony insider that mentioned that like they were terrified of Microsoft mentioning their price because they knew they couldn't go to $349. And they thought that Microsoft was going to go to $349, so they were goddamn terrified. And that as soon as they saw that price, there were some changes made to what got shown. They didn't say what, but you can assume it was probably like you said. There's a couple slides near the end, and they were shown either in a certain order or the wording or the amount of time
I'm sure
held
the best
for
value
applause.
line, the best value line was, and we'll
Yeah.
continue to give you the best value for the $399.99, and then people were just.
I can't believe
blowing
it.
the
I cannot
fuck
believe it.
up.
Yeah, it's a fun inside thing to think, though, that both of them were really on pins and needles wondering what the other one was going to say. You forget that, like, they didn't know. They were both wondering, and Sony genuinely had...
Things would have been
imagine
different
how
if
they
Sony
felt
went
at the...
first.
Oh, that would be
God.
crazy. But imagine the difference in the way Sony felt going into that day and the way they felt at the end of that day. It must have been
They
like
had
dread
so
and
much-
terror into fucking like standing on top of a mountain
With a handful of hookers.
yeah, a handful of fucking the
I will
hottest
say,
hookers,
probably-
and they're all just like giving you a thumbs up.
The hottest party in town was the Sony corporate after party. After E3
Oh yeah, Coke flowing like a waterfall.
Hookers.
Jesus Christ.
Silicon Valley.
I bet you that was one of the best feelings they've ever had in their entire life.
Oh yeah.
It was
throwing clouds of Coke in the air. Yeah. Like that.
I mean, it's hard to hear like every now and then you during like the E3 press or whatever. You hear like an actual audience going, "Yeah," whatever.
It's
But
normally Nintendo because
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're the only ones that ever really get people to cheer. But like I said, you heard the Sony,
It was-
I mean,
and it's like
Xbox
no way.
got
They
way
went
too
ape
cocky.
shit.
They got cocky. They got arrogant. They had the advantage last year, and how could you not have enough self-awareness to know that $4.99? I mean, today's economy
Well, as
I
crazy
mean,
as the $4.99 is, that does
it's heavy.
not include your Xbox Live.
does not include your Xbox Live.
Does not include your required internet connection.
Does not include a fucking game, so you're looking at $600
Oh,
plus
no,
tax.
Dean, it
other
does
things.
include a game. It
Does it?
includes the great new Killer Instinct game featuring one character.
Oh, it does include.
yeah.
That's terrible. I hate it.
Apparently,
They're gonna force me to play that shit.
That's terrible. I hate it.
I was reading this thing where they're going to keep the price for the new games at $59.99. So
Yeah.
I think they're going to
Yeah, I think-
lower the regular ones $10 maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, I hope they don't go up. I hope they.
I don't think
stay
they are. I
at
If
think
they
they're-
stay at $59, that's insane. If they stay at $59,
Yeah.
I think they are.
I would
staying
love
the
it.
same.
Yeah.
I would like it at $3.99.
I think what we'll see is we'll
Me too.
we'll see those games stay, but we'll see downloadables rather than being the occasional 10, mostly 15. It'll be the occasional 15 and
Yeah.
mostly 20.
Because I was reading an article online too that this was like the first generation that development costs haven't exponentially grown. It's pretty
Yeah.
much parallel from 360. So I mean, the size of the game and game development is not too much more. So
It also might be a lot like Steam, where you see more like good value $30 games.
yeah.
Or like a game you might expect to cost 60 that costs 40 instead. Like you see that on Steam all the time. Where on Xbox Live and PSN, it's like full retail, 10 and 15. 15's expensive, 10 is what you're hoping for. But I think you're going to see more 15s, 20s, 25s, 30s. Like you're going to see a broader range of game prices.
Yeah. Now, as high as we all are on Sony right now, I mean, there's one at least huge disappointment for me as a Sony, person from afar. Did not mention it. Does not bode well. It might be officially dead. The Last Guardians.
It's officially on hiatus now.
No. They updated it. They said
Trenton said it was, and then Sony of Japan said Trenton's wrong. It's being developed right now. We just don't have anything to show.
Yeah, they said it's still in development.
It's actively.
Over how many years now, and they don't have anything.
Take your time.
All I'm doing is saying what Percy is the news says, but I feel like it's clearly on some type of hiatus.
I don't think it's coming out, man.
I mean, how could they not?
I'm so sad about it.
It's been fucking. 3 years since they even teased anything. E3.
It'll be. Look
new
at
systems out.
Versus was a PSP game that is now a core next-gen console Final Fantasy game.
Look,
we'll see it eventually, but it's not going to be what it looked like. It's going to be something completely different.
It's probably going to look a billion times better. They're probably
it'll
polishing
look
their
fucking
shit out
gorgeous.
of it now.
Can you imagine what a game like that would look like on the next gen?
It was a fucking launched as a PS3.
Well,
they launched
had
E3. It's been a whole system generation.
Yeah,
gone
exactly.
And went. It better fucking look good.
Well, when they were showing it off on PS3, it looked awesome. So just take that, and now they're polishing the shit out of it, and probably adding more polygons, whatever, all that shit, and they're gonna.
Oh shit! Breaking news! They're gonna be adding more polygons.
Yeah,
because that's what I want.
To the Last
the
Guardian.
game's probably even bigger and better. So it's just gonna take some time. Just wait.
Working out story kinks. We still don't even know the mechanic of the game.
Yeah,
what is the game?
You can assume it's like dude walking around and the bird fucking helps him, but
and the bird dies.
What is it really?
I'm thinking the bird's gonna die.
The bird has to die.
Well, bird's covered in arrows. See how many arrows are in that bird?
That's how you climb him
That
up.
should be the game's name. Fucking arrow-covered bird.
Arrow-covered bird.
It's a cat.
Coming from Team Ico, arrow-covered bird. I hope it disappears and comes back as arrow-covered bird.
That is almost ironic enough to work. Arrow-covered bird.
I like it.
Period.
Gentlemen, just like the Last Guardian :
the Last Guardian arrow-covered bird.
There you go.
The Last Guardian. How about the last assessment? Grades. Grades,
right.
Everybody. Let's get this fucking thing done.
Segways brought to you by Dean.
Ooh, segways.
All right, Dean, you first.
Powered by the
Yeah,
Dream.
Deanzo.
A war was started this generation. Games, not so much, but as far as... Just shaking my head. I try to hype it up a little bit here.
Goddamn.
Making this
How many
interesting.
guns were
Don't
fired?
imagine the music Dean has playing right now. I bet it's fucking glorious.
Oh, it is. Believe me, it is. And the music when you guys are going to be talking is not going to be as...
Oh,
epic.
great.
No.
You're like Benny Hill.
4.5. 4.5 just on the big picture stuff. The games weren't really doing it for me, but just as far as next gen buzz, getting me excited for a purchase.
If you had
I'm kind of excited on PS4.
$400 right now.
Absolutely.
I literally consider.
Well, actually, you know what?
I did.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I would.
Do it, Dean. Do what we're doing.
I was gonna go. There's not enough launch games.
Yeah, man,
I might
pull
go.
your dick out.
I might get a DSX. Might go PS3, and there's
Well,
some
they
other
did
stuff I
say
could buy, but no.
All the games they showed at the reveal, except for Infamous, are launch titles.
Yeah.
Is it
So
launch
as much-
titles or launch window?
Launch titles.
I was on the
Launching
fence.
with the console.
I was fresh for the picking, and Sony came. They brought some good shit. There's enough amazing third-party games out there that I feel like I can go Sony and feel good about it. I played enough Halo. I'm kind of sad that I might not get a Panzer Dragoon game.
The thing is, you'll
but
eventually play it.
I'll eventually
or
play
you'll
it.
know someone who has it and you can play it at their house.
Do we know that the Panzer Dragon is exclusive?
Exclusive,
And
yeah.
do we know, is it made by Microsoft Studio, though? Like,
They
published
didn't.
by them?
They didn't say.
Because if it's not published by them, it could be a time
It
exclusive.
could be time. They
Something to think.
sold it like it wasn't.
So yeah.
Because if we all remember, Castle Crashers was an exclusive.
That's true.
PS4 bringing the heats. Stole the show for me as far as big tiers. Top 3.
I'm going to give it a 5. Once again, I'm going to agree with Dean. The games didn't blow me away. But the sheer presentation for the last 10 minutes, I'm like, for the first part, when they're like, we're not doing games, I'm like, there's no way they're doing this. There's no way. And then they just keep rolling out these things, and the crowd's getting more so. I'm like, I can't believe they're doing this. I really can't. If they do this price thing, I'm just going to fucking lose it. And then it goes, and 3, I'm like, no fucking way.
I legitimately had goosebumps. Like,
I was just
I felt the
blown
energy in the room.
away that they had the balls to do it. They're just like, fuck them, we're doing it. And right after that, I'm like, if I had the money right now, I'd go to Amazon and buy it. I just don't have the money right now. I'm gonna still get it though. like it sold me. I'm buying a PS3 now.
Yeah, absolutely.
You should get a PS4.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I mean. I'm sorry. I'm gonna duct tape my PS3s together and get a PS6.
Hey, there you go. Think ahead.
I'm also gonna give it a. Is it out of 4 stars or out of 5 stars?
5.
I'm gonna give it 5 stars. It was it edged out the Ubisoft one just because they got all the console stuff to also get to talk about. We didn't mention it much, but I think Destiny looks fucking sick.
How
the
fuck do we not
do not? Oh. It looks like Borderlands with a different shading method.
And I'm super okay
I love
with
Borderlands.
It looked like Halo Reach meets Borderlands, and I was on board.
I like Borderlands, but do we need another faceless character?
Is this Bungie
again?
baggage that you're carrying with you here? Or?
No, it looks too much
cool.
like Borderlands to me. I'm like, we have a company that makes Borderlands. Make something
It
different.
reminded me a lot of that Tom Clancy game. Just one was first person, one was third person. They're both the same premise, and I thought they both looked fucking awesome.
I mean, it looks a beautiful game, but it just comes off as just another first person shooter.
For me, it did speak to me. I really it spoke to me, bro.
Yeah,
bro. Listen, bro.
Yeah.
It spoke to me.
I have a soft spot for Bungie.
I thought that game looked awesome, but yeah, overall, I mean, they said everything they had to say. I remember I tweeted after they mentioned all the not always on used game stuff. I was like, if this comes in $100 cheaper, is the console war over before it started? And I said that because I was like, well, clearly they're not going to. So I'll speculate knowing the answer. And then they fucking did, and I was like, oh wow, I guess I'm going to pre-order this. And then I pre-ordered it, and I feel like I'm the guy who's going to own both systems eventually, but I think it's kind of foolish not to start with the PS4.
Yeah. $100 is a lot of money. That's like 2 games almost.
Yeah, it's almost 2 games. It's a big deal. It's a lot of. That's a lot of months of gaming.
It's still kind of sad that that's only 2 games.
That's a game and a half.
But
we're being nice.
Or
tax,
a lot of download games.
Stuff.
There you go. A lot of indie games from the PSN.
I'm giving it 5 stars. I think it was super ultimate great.
Yeah, it stole just the minds. Percy.
I'm gonna give it a 5 as well. I mean, the games, I know they didn't show off too many games, but the stuff they do, I am looking forward to, like Infamous, the new Infamous, new Killzone, new everything. I like the integration they're gonna do with the PlayStation Plus with everything, which looks really cool. And then the DRM shit is awesome. And then that price, just, I don't know, maybe it was the Jameson talking, but when I was watching it, I was yelling and screaming. I was like, yes!
That's not too hard to believe.
Yeah, I was so happy, and I was like, this is awesome.
I feel like that was the Jameson.
It probably was.
I love the Instagram feed. It was like the friggin' like Obama's war zones. Like lights are dark. They're like huddled in front of the computer screen. You can see him like taking notes.
So it was
good time, man.
It was awesome. It's like we're in a war room.
It was exciting. Honestly,
it was
one of those things where I hadn't felt that weird, oh my god, excitement like at an E3 in
I was
ages.
gonna say, when's the last time you were this excited at an E3? Or you could remember something that happened at an E3?
Or you got that weird feeling where you're like, this is important. Something interesting is that. Like, I got that during the Sony conference, and it was
well, I mean, that's what it started with, the jabs about the DRM shit, and that's just the game sharing, and just that was like the funnest
Everybody
thing.
likes a good console war. That's fun. It's good for gaming.
Awesome. This is going to be interesting. It really is.
Even like, on various, I've seen like IGN and other various game sites are just posting just numbers or breaking records of just site traffic. People are excited for video games. People are really excited for this next generation. It's good.
I saw
healthy.
a couple polls for which system you would buy, and it was like for the PS3 or the Xbox. And it was like 1,500 to 75 in this one poll, and I'm like,
it's disgusting.
Like even fanboys have to do more work than this. Like seriously. But I know a lot of Xbox people who are hardcore Xbox people now who've said they're getting a PlayStation.
Maybe, if there was backwards compatibility, maybe. You're starting from scratch. There's no reason why you would. Why would you go Xbox 360?
Well, they sort of glossed over, but you heard when they were talking about the Gaikai stuff. One of their big plans was they want a library, and they specifically said, of PS2 and PS3 games. Yeah. Now, when you look at what they're doing with PS Plus, it looks like their goal is a Spotify of video games. And if you get that rolled into your PS Plus somehow, what's the next best thing to
I would pay more for that
compatibility?
if I had it. Like, you pay another $5 and you have like a Netflix video game service.
Fuck
yeah, sign me up.
Yeah, that's the closest thing to backwards compatibility.
Even if it's not the newest games, because like Netflix doesn't get the newest movies, that's fine. But I can stream classic games. Fuck yeah, sign me up right fucking now.
And that's what they said their goal with that was, and it doesn't seem that hard to believe that's what it'll be in like a year or 2 years.
If they could do that,
Yeah.
They are skull fucking Xbox.
Oh,
yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty close already. I mean, it's inserted in the skull.
Yeah, oh my god.
Flesh is being penetrated.
But they're just sitting there like they're not
With
thrusting.
what?
They literally shoved it in the skull and they're just sitting there like
Joe
smoking
Hardcock.
a cigarette.
Fat dick.
Joe Fat Dick.
Yeah, Joe Fatcock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joe Fatcock over here.
Okay. Joe Fat Hardcock, maybe? Might explore that?
Hey.
No, sorry. We are
don't fuck with the name.
winding down.
See, I can do characters too,
Let's
Ian.
go real quick. Yeah, it's perfect. Let's go to a quick thing of. I have to say this because every time they do E3, there's a part that pisses me off every time. So I think we should go around with the one part you were disappointed with or something that angered you. I hate when they do live demos and people are commentating to each other. I fucking hate it. Like, bro, I'm over here. Bro, I need your help.
So forced.
It's so fake. Like, even when you're playing with your friends, you're not like, yo, bro, can you believe this gun? Check out this gun, bro. Look at you, lady. Stand back. Look at my sweet gun. Go fuck yourself, you asshole. No one's going to do that. You know what your friends are going to say is, get to the fucking objective. We have shit we have to do. The kids have to be in bed in an hour. I have shit to do.
Yeah, I'm muting you.
It's so lame.
I
fucking hate it.
I hate little kid actors,
Oh, I hate
which
kid
is a
actors.
good and a bad thing because they only showed up in one thing and at one point in time, and I was really happy
Like
when
the
it was over.
Connectimals thing. Oh my god, I wanted to murder my family.
Yeah, the
Wait,
little
that sounds bad.
fake little kid
pretty-
actors are the worst on stage. So I was I was happy to see it only show up once, but during that I was like, oh, shut up.
Yeah. Was there like some magic game
They
that
did
they were
the
playing
Harry
at shit?
Potter book.
Or-
Yeah,
Harry
the
Potter
Wonder
was
Book.
Yeah,
atrocious.
that was pretty bad.
The Wonder Book.
I hate that. Oh my god, can they stop doing that? It's so forced every time.
It
no,
is.
bro, I'm over here. Fuck your face. I hate you.
Remind me not
Hey.
to tell Ian where I am when we're playing games with him.
I don't mind if you're playing a real
He's
game.
gonna fuck
and
your face.
You're never gonna be like, yo, bro, I'm over here. You're gonna be like, hey man, I'm over here. Get over here.
It's
I
gonna
need
be
help.
this-
I'm surrounded. You're
It's
not
gonna be
do
this
it.
stressful moment. Ian's like, "Hey, Mike, where are you?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, should I answer?"
yeah.
I'm. I'll be right back. I was turning off my mic. I'm like, "Fuck." Okay, I'm gonna walk in front of him and hope he notices me. Turn my mic back on. Hey, Ian, what's up? Oh, there you are. Yeah, here I am. Okay, good.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful. And don't call Ian bro ever. He's gonna come running towards your face with his pants down.
Don't worry,
My
I'll just call him
brothers
bro.
don't even call me bro. You sure can't.
Okay, that's good to know. Noted.
Yeah, anything else that just grinded your gears?
The word bro and the term grinding my gears.
The term epic. Fucking stop saying epic.
Oh.
Fucking stop saying epic. Everything in the fucking world is apparently epic.
Epic.
Shirts are epic. Shoes are
Hold on,
epic.
hold on. I got my
Epic,
tablet
epic,
here.
epic.
Let me
Shirts,
join in. I can
shoes are
join
epic.
in with my tablet, bro.
Oh, this tablet's epic, bro.
Epic tablet?
Hey, bro, nice tablet. What is that? Oh, it's an epic tablet,
No,
bro.
we're using Smart Glass. You have to
Oh,
bring
smart glass is mad epic, bro. Oh, is it, bro? Thanks, bro. Oh, what? What'd you say? I said, bro. Oh, epic.
All right, so yeah, that's what we hate.
Yeah. Anything for me? I don't think it stuck out really. It was really grinding my gears too much.
I think a good thing for people to remember is just because the big three have brought up their announcements, there's a shitload of other games to look at. So don't just go, oh, E3's over. Like, there's tons of games, like games we didn't even get to talk about just because they weren't shown.
Yeah, going on till
Tons
Thursday,
of
people.
cool shit out there.
Tons of cool
Check out
stuff.
your websites. Check out the places you go where you trust the coverage. There's a lot of good shit out there.
Yeah. Be sure to check out the internet, aka the drainage.net.
Oh my
you
god,
go.
I've heard about those guys.
Transcending. You know, each week
Chaos.
the net of the drainage gets bigger and bigger. More people are their lives are just getting altered by the drainage.
I was
net.
banging a chick and she was like, "Oh my god, this is so good."
You're as big as the drainage.
You're as good as the way I feel when I read articles on the drainage.
I thought you
I was like, "Thanks, baby."
I thought you were going with, oh, you came inside me and should wet my drainage.
Oh,
That joke?
well, that happened eventually, and I was like, "Oh, don't worry, Scarlett Johansson."
Yeah. It's
I am surprised you heard of the drainage as well.
You haven't heard of Joe Fat Dick over here?
Yeah, Joe Fatcock over here.
Joe Fatcock. Where can they
Fatcock.
find you on Twitter?
They can find me at Joe Fatcock. No, you can find me at Van Saves Lives on Twitter. My name is Mike Steele. You can find me on Facebook. My name is Van Saves Lives on pretty much everything: PlayStation, Steam, Xbox, anything. Yeah, add me. Let's play some fun games.
Is it Van from 12?
No.
Okay.
It's in the movie Van Wilder. There's a dude wearing a shirt that says "Van Saves Lives." For some reason, I've always thought that was cool, and that's just what my name's been forever.
That's such an epic movie.
Oh, dude, it was so epic, bro.
That's pretty good.
Ian, where can people find you?
On the internet.
Perfect. All right.
And period. Is that it?
That's
Oh
it.
yes, all right. You find Ian on the internet.
I will say, I started following you on Twitter. I'm not impressed, man. You definitely do
told
not.
you, I do
I
not.
like how your only tweet is telling somebody, "Hey, dude, I'm on Twitter. You happy?"
That was a couple years ago. You're honest. I like that. I appreciate it.
I was told you should be on the Twitter.
Well, it's paying off, man. It's paying dividends.
Oh my god, I got a sponsorship the other day.
You might want to check out your. You might get an invite for game night. Maybe.
To be 100% honest, I don't even know my password. I don't want to go through the thing of getting it resent to me. So.
It did make me laugh when Percy's like, "Dude, let's have a fucking projection game night," and he put you in the Twitter, and I was like, "He's doing that just to be funny." Like, I like that.
Is that ironic?
And I follow you, by the way. I know there's no reason to, but I did. For absolutely no reason. I'm like, fuck it, I'm following him.
At least you'll never get bad news
No,
from me.
exactly. I love your tweets.
Love your tweet, Dean. I am at Dean Pizzo on Twitter, Facebook. You can find us Dark Side of the Kingdom, and DeanPizzo.com.
You can find me, Percy, everywhere. It's the same name, The One Pariah.
It's the number one.
The number one.
The number one.
That's a good distinction to make.
There you go.
I like it.
Just like Ian on the internet, his two RAF. Was it
Little two.
A little
number
two
two,
RAF.
a little two RAF.
I made that mistake, but yeah.
So yeah, that's where you find us.
Yeah.
We all follow you.
We all do.
If we follow it.
Fucking useless.
For no goddamn reason.
Yes, and of course, home base, thedrainage.net for Dark Side of the Kingdom, Episode 7, E3 Extravaganza.
My God.
It was an extravaganza.
It was a lot of fun.
Fucking was.
fun.
That's a long one.
Definitely the longest episode yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Giving Giant Bomb a run for their money. We're almost pushing 3 hours, gentlemen.
All
Take
right.
that,
Fucking
Gerstmann, you
shit.
fucking hairline bastard.
That was
pretty
me.
much.
I like Gerstmann a lot.
He's the one to like for.
Yeah.
He's the one to root for over there.
I like Vinny.
He's hilarious.
Vinny,
Yay.
Vinny. It's a bummer out that Klepek's
Did
moving
he-
to Chicago.
Did he?
Why is he moving to Chicago?
To him and his wife, he grew up in Chicago, and
He
when they
leaving
got
the
married,
company?
they're
Is he
like,
leaving
yeah,
the
we're gonna move back. He's staying with the site, but
My
he's
God.
gonna be like Navarro.
Guys, this is fascinating and all.
Oh, sorry.
But
Hey, fuck you, Percy.
Joe, no one cares.
Joe Fatcock over here.
Guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you next week.
Cheers. See you later.
Gives you an element, right? It's random. But how it really works is when you're in a room that has enough people, whether you're assigned or not, it just says, you guys just formed and that's all it does. That's all it does.
Nice.
How awesome would that be? We're like, we just formed someone's like, I just formed you're gonna make new friends and
would it be like? Just,
I'm on board with
Is
that.
it like someone's and
Yeah.
someone's? So you have to have a certain amount of.
No. You get assigned one when you first get it, just to make you think it. But when you're actually in a room with someone, it okay, there's 6 of you in a room. It knows. Now you just make, and then it reassigns you numbers. So somebody has to have. Someone has to feel like a horrible person.
It's like Space Team, but with no game.
Yeah.
But like people
Yeah.
are fucking super.
Tell me
into
people
it.
wouldn't love that. I would love
Space
that.
Team.
You get a push notification. Like,
Funny. I
okay,
mean,
you see multiple other people pick up their phones. You're like, oh wait, shit. You open everybody's eyes wide, and they all look at each other. You know exactly who you are.
well, if it did like a notification thing,
Yeah,
you know?
just a notification says you just you are hard.
Or would like maybe like the song would come on or
Yeah.
something or
How
something.
cool would that be? Okay. Do you guys watch Avatar the cartoon?
Yeah.
Do you watch Avatar cartoon?
Ah, you're a big
You
piece of
never
shit,
watched the
asshole,
original?
dickhead, asshole, piece of fuck you.
Really?
God damn.
You really don't watch it?
You should watch it. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, watch it. You should. It's amazing. So there's this amazing
right.
T-shirt.
I'll check it out, I'll check it
There's an amazing T-shirt and has all the characters and has Earth, Wind, Fire, Air, and then it has Sokka on the side. I got hard. It's so great because he doesn't have an element.
I like
okay,
that.
let's do this.
I'll make sure to check it out.
Oh, dude,
That's a good idea though. So it's trademarked now.
There you go. You have till Thursday to get that done because that might be at the end of the
Did
show.
you record this? Maybe. I hope not.
I won't edit if you don't want me to.